Obi. Like we get lunch here, so that's fine. We can still get food, but I'm just wondering, is there anything else like kind of cool, like different, like that we could do? Like, I don't know, like a fancier dessert or.
Okay.
Oh no, I hear myself in my ear. Hold on a second. Obi must take over for a second.
Yeah, no worries. Like, are you thinking about like food in terms of like more options for
there you go. I muted it.
for like more than we have, or just like changing? What
No.
Because what we have right now is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even discuss what was for lunch today. So let's just do what was for lunch. We're gonna get over everything here. It's our show. We'll just do what we want. But okay, so today, no, just playing around. Turkey chili with roasted. I mean, how did you like it? Did you have any of it?
It was all right.
Okay, so there we go. So now, you know, if we do it after lunch, we can get reactions on the food.
Yeah.
Actually,
I think it was pretty solid. I like the salad.
Right, okay.
That came with it.
Me too. I stole some of that. It says Mexican corn salad.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
It means it's a salad made by a Mexican guy, I think, but No, yeah, just playing around. Mexican.
Oh boy.
What? Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's
turkey something.
Right. It's turkey chili. I just want Ramin's voice to be, it's so elegant and everything. I want it to go live. So when she's talking to us, right, everyone can hear.
Yep.
She was asking about the turkey chili.
I should probably turn that on because
you should. Hear the sweet remarks of Ramin. But turkey chili with turkey chili with roasted butternut squash with, check out this descriptive terminology, fluffy brown rice. With shredded, diced tomatoes,
rice was a little fluffy.
Oh, the rice was fluffy. As described. With Mexican corn salad. Yeah, I think it had chickpeas in there. I liked it. I stole some of that. Actually, it was really, really tasty. We had that turkey on ours as well. So turkey in the chili.
Oh, I got stuffed.
Turkey on the sandwich. On the salad.
All
right, welcome everybody.
Yeah, welcome.
We went for a walk. We got a little free Starbucks over here, so we got that. Although I'm not supposed to support American companies. Damn you, Starbucks employing all these Canadians. So we do that, and then now we're waiting for the TQs. That's actually the position that we're in. We're only in one position right now. We're short the market. I'm not trying to let this market burn or anything, but we're underneath VWAP. Like I said, we went for a walk just before we went on air and we missed that short. I told Obi, we were sitting just at 63. It got to 62.95. So we did miss it, but it doesn't matter. I wasn't here anyways. We had our stop up here. If we break the 200 period, it's actually at 63.40. So if we get above that, then that's where we'll eventually stop. Sorry, 63.40. So that's where we'll stop out right there. But at the end of the day, miss that trade. I'm looking long now, or short now, Obi, in the future. So that's what I'm sort of dealing with right now. How's your day been? We didn't talk to you all day yet.
Oh boy, yeah, no, my day's been a little bit different. I've been trading. I wouldn't say distinctly differently, but definitely switching up the style and
watch the money pile up.
Exactly. You know, shout out to 50 there. But yeah, no, switch the style up. Sometimes you got to. Sometimes some things don't work as intended or the same. You gotta shift around. You gotta adapt. You gotta roll with the punches. And so that's kind of what I've been doing, and I've been doing that pretty well today. Normally I trade one or two names.
Right.
Oh boy, this blotter's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names. 5. One of my favorite numbers. 5. I don't know why. But
5 is actually, I really like that number too. 5.
I like 5. I don't know why. It's like a weird. It reminds me of the color red, and red is also my favorite color. So I don't know. There's some wiring
might be in the
going
wrong
on
business, but at least we can go short.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I know. I mean, sometimes.
Joey, you got Mexican corn salad on there? Come over here.
Yeah. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at this. Would you look at that?
We added some things.
Okay, there we go. So there's the turkey.
No, but see, I got some things to inquire about. I mean, I'm not going to complain about this. Looks pretty good.
Right.
But why does Ramin get the brie cheese?
No, it's not brie.
It's not brie, but it's cheese. No, it's cheese. It's 100%. I'm a cheese guy.
I'll give you one guess why you think Ramin gets whatever she wants.
Man, she's a star.
Okay,
right.
so that's done.
That's
What's your opinion? If you could use a word to describe the rice, what would you call it?
Oh, we'll keep it
Fluffy?
Yeah,
Fluffy.
Well, yeah. I
No,
haven't dabbled
it's
into
described
it
as
right now.
fluffy rice.
Yeah, well, that's what we'll go with. It's fluffy.
Okay.
It's not your
I see you got the
typical
toppings on there.
jasmine.
You
Yeah,
got
you got to
the
add.
cheese.
Well, I had to add a little vegetables in there as well too. But yeah, I mean, we got a big hockey game
She
tonight.
says that you can take her food. She's not eating it today.
All right, I can. Oh, so I can get some fire cheese here then.
Well, let me know how that
All right,
cheese is. Let me know how that
I'm a
cheese
big
is.
cheese guy, man.
Where is
and Adair was just referring to me about the Borson cheese, I believe it is.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
a
on
big guy with that. I'll
crackers.
put those on
Yeah,
crackers.
oh, yeah.
Don't bring that around me.
That's like a
'cause I will
holiday
eat it.
thing, man.
I will eat it. Yeah, I will eat it. So, hey.
Is that sea wench tonight?
Oh, sea wench tonight. Yeah, 10:15.
10:15.
That's a later. It's a hot slot there for tonight, boys. So,
10:15.
yeah.
The
It's,
Leafs play the Sharks tonight at 10 o'clock.
At 10:15. Yeah, pick what you want. You can come watch the boys at penalty 6 or the Leafs tonight, guys.
There's the food. There's the food right there. A little bit.
All right.
All right.
You gotta get it. Nice. Yeah, I mean, looks good.
Okay. Well,
Doesn't
there we
have
go.
the brie cheese though. So.
We are miking. I know. People want Ramin to be mic'd up. I mean, we've been asking for that. She's a little on the shy side over there. The Chilean Nightmare is making appearances all the time.
Mike, I just don't have anything of importance to add.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
no,
says
I-
when she doesn't have anything of importance to. Oh, okay, they heard that. Thumbs up. All right, Sharif is now at the screen, and let's go over what you have chosen for Obi and I to talk about. It's the rundown.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Afternoon Rundown, the show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. Obi in for Neil. But the boys are locked and ready, and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But the only way to get those tickers up there is to get with Joe and I on the How to Trade Midday Show and get into the chat and vote for your favorite tickers every day. But you got to be a subscriber in order to engage with us. So make sure you're liking, subscribing, and sharing. And we're about less than 100 subscribers from 510,000. Here's a look at the triple Qs right now. All the 4 major averages in negative territory. The ES is down 0.16, likewise with the NQ down 0.25% there, but off the lows. The Dow as well down 0.25%, and the Russell 2000 also down 0.25%. So basically the same look for all 4 major averages. Here's a look at Tesla. It started out really strong, but you can see that entire retracement almost back into the pre-market lows. Elon Musk took to X yesterday to warn of significant impact on Tesla due to Trump's auto tariffs. The cost is not trivial, he goes on to say. Wedbush taking the opportunity to reiterate their outperformed rating on Tesla and maintaining, boys, that $550 price target.
Oh boy.
Tesla.
Yeah.
Interesting. So most of the viewers have seen what I've been doing on Tesla today. So if you want to discuss maybe what you were thinking earlier on, and then I'll pipe in after.
Sure. Yeah. No. I think we can talk about what I did on Tesla again. Like I said earlier, I've been kind of switching the style up. What I realized, I was telling Sean earlier as well, was like just sizing down a little bit and just taking the shots at where I think are decent points. Right off of the open, I see the pop. The aggression is nice. I did want to kind of get long initially, but on the pullback off of that 278, I'm like, all right, I definitely kind of want to feel this out. So guess what? I didn't go long. I went short.
Right.
So I went short. I caught that back. I caught the pullback back into VWAP, and then covered like 90% at VWAP. When I'm like, all right, well, this is a good place. Definitely buying is going on here. And it breaks out. You can see the nice little morning consolidation, hold, and break out of that 280. We've seen that 280 come in as a little bit of an interesting level there. And I was like, oh boy, this thing got pretty extended. I was watching the tape here, Sean. It was on a squeeze. Right here, if you have the tape on this run up on Tesla,
right,
there's definitely some squeeze tape in there. And I was like, oh boy, as soon as those buyers are done buying, I definitely want the other side of that move to take a reversion, try it on the first consolidation. I know I'm probably not going to get it, but I get the 290 short, cover almost everything at 287, and now I'm just holding on to a breadcrumb. We're down at 276s, so I was like, oh boy, it only took me 3 tries, but I gotta do a little bit better with just getting in more, right? I'm trying to keep it light, and it's helping me get some better decisions. But on the day today, pretty much a wipe. Strong move in the morning. Beautiful reversion into the afternoon. Let's see what the rest of the day has in store for Tesla here, giving us a little bit of a shake and bake on the day, Sean.
Yeah, no, for sure. We had a lot of fun with it early, and it was on the radar. I mean, I think Tesla has to be on your radar every day. I mean, especially with all this tariff talk when you come in today, and that's all that everyone's talking about. Plus, it's been a great mover. We just talked about it being down there at 220, 230, 240, 250, 290 today. So yeah, it's been moving. We started the day short, right? I mean, the market, we are pretty negative on everything. So we were short. Then we got actually pretty tuned right there, getting stopped out at 280. It was fine. We gave everything back. We were, well, or close enough to being red anyways and not happy with ourselves. And then it broke through 280. And then we were like, oh my God, we're doing it again. And then it just dripped back in. And we were like, as soon as we had wrote it down on our sticky note, and we have to be able to follow our rules, or we're just going down like basically digging a hole where we can't get out of. So we go all the way. Shout out to Jim. He asked me, what's up, Jim? He said, Sean's digging a hole there, and I sort of called him about what, so I want to know what he's talking about. If he's talking about with me and Ramin, no, we go, that's all. We have a lot of fun with that. But anyways, came back in, Obi, and yeah, we really protected that VWAP, and we're lucky that it never got stopped out, or else it would have just been a double whammy. We would have been peed off about getting stopped out there, then we would have been even more upset there. But at the end of the day, there's that parabolic move, really. I mean, what, as you called it, it just was uncontrollable. We were selling into that move a little bit. Then we noticed the same sign of stop and go here at 86s. We were getting a lot out, and then boom, right there, right as we went off air, man. I mean, we took this with everybody, 291 out, and then it just faded out. We went swimming. We talked about that. We do that every lunch. And then we got our stop out right here once this consolidation level broke. So there's the stop out. Then we thought we were pretty cool, and we came back and we started buying again right here. It was working. It did not work. So we wind up, up there, red here. So net, give a little bit back in all of this nonsense. But again, we tried to buy into this level 277, just didn't hold. So at the end of the day, right now, Tesla up 1.76%. I think the bulls won early, huge. Like I was saying, going short here was money making. But even as this was happening, I was like, man, like if we had just gone long off the 200 period, we would have never had a problem. So the short was wrong early, although it was printing, and then all of a sudden it had this move back in. So we'll keep our ear to the ground about Tesla.
Yeah.
A stock that I do like is Tesla. So let's quickly go over to Sharif will hear what he's all about, and then we'll come back and talk Palantir.
Yeah, Palantir, good look, Sean. Up on the day about 0.5%. Couple of headlines, couldn't find the second one, but this is the first one here. The CIO is cutting IT team by 60%. He's looking to abolish the IT organization. According to him, it is to drive agility and innovation. The other headline that I couldn't find is what we reported on this morning. The Trump administration is looking at monitoring the border between the U.S. and Mexico in their war against the drug cartels, using satellites and AI guys to identify targets of interest. Anduril, SpaceX, and Palantir are going to be at the heart of that.
We know we've liked Palantir for a while, but right now we have to discuss Worksport because this is a new discovery on the NASDAQ. It's WKSP. Go check them out. Worksport. Worksport is a U.S.-based manufacturer and rapidly expanding with growing revenues, government contracts, and innovative green energy products designed to power your life off-grid. Whether you're on the move or seeking sustainable energy solutions, Worksport, guess what? Has you covered. Now trading on the NASDAQ under WKSP. Discover the future of clean energy with Worksport. I mean, a couple of neat ideas right there. Go check them out, Worksport. You like camping, Obi. We talked about.
Oh yeah, of course. I love camping.
Grab some of that technology and use it at your will. So there it is, Worksport. Thank you so much for that. WKSP. A little bit of a rough day today. I was looking at that stock. All right. So okay, we short the Qs. All right, Palantir. Now Palantir again. I think we learned from yesterday where we took it a little too early and got ran over. And then if you look at yesterday's, boom, there it was. We were trying to protect 96 yesterday, that pre-market low. Well, that didn't work out, and then it just kept on falling. So today we did the same. We did basically looking for the same trade. We wrote down on our sticky note that we wanted 90 longs. Well, what wound up happening was we got really patient, man. We took our first bid at 90.50, which was right into here, the pre-market low. That's close enough, right? We didn't know. We actually wrote down here between 90 and 91. So the 90.50 was follow plan, and then right down into there, the 90 came into play. It does, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. It does break. So again, like we weren't we weren't really having the greatest day in the very first. We were good because Tesla was working, but we were basically flat because we got stopped out there. Once we got stopped out, we realized that it only went down to 74 or 80s or something like that. We bought it back. Then we added to it as it broke back above 90 again. And then there it goes. It started taking off to the upside. Whoopsies. Took off to the upside. And then there's the good outs, man. 92 and change. Getting out right there. And I liked what you said about breadcrumbs. It's like, you know, you get a lot out when it goes to VWAP, when it goes back and you're finally back to green. Well, the thing is like, that's not good enough. It's need to hold more shares to go upside. We always hold like that little 5% or so for the end, which was fine right there, which we got stopped out on as well. But we haven't been back into Palantir. This bottom just looks great. So we're going to look for this 91.50. I really like the stock, as a lot of you know. Palantir is one of the favorites of mine. So we'll just continue to sit here and watch this. It's a great day trade. It's actually up today, 0.15. I'm surprised. I mean, that note by Sharif there, I had written it down, and even like that should be good news for Palantir. There's not too many AI companies that do have the stamp of approval, especially for this data, by the government. It took a while for them to get that. They got it. It's their foundry system. And, you know, we're really looking forward to more deals with Palantir as shareholders, but we'll have to wait for that. So not really reacting today the best way I thought it could. It did get going early, but again, just sort of a market-related name, man. I mean, if the market was screaming, this name would also be screaming. But for right now, a little muted on Palantir. Was it one of the 5 names that you traded, or no?
No, definitely not. But like looking back at it, Sean, it's I kind of missed this one. I was watching it yesterday there. Nice little strong close into the end of the day after a strong Kwadunk, again, along with the rest of the market. But yeah, I really like your trades there off of the open. That 90 back through, it kind of false breaks that pre-market low. Not only does that, Sean, I went up to the higher time frame on a 3-hour chart. Take a look at what we held in that morning session in that exact area where you went long.
Right.
Look at that. Boom. Would you look at that? Nice little flush with strong volume. Relative volume comes up. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tests. Yesterday, we flush into that support area, and that is the only play. That's like, okay, if you're looking for buyers, they've been there once, they've been there twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times. Can you expect them to be there again? I don't know, maybe, but you definitely saw something, and I think that's pretty solid there. A little bit.
I mean, where were you this morning, my guy? I would have liked to see that I mean, there, but
you know, honestly, like if you were like, yeah, maybe Palantir today, I would have pulled this chart up and I would have seen that, and I would have been like, okay, yeah, this is definitely worth giving a watch, because there are higher time frame participants coming in potentially at that $90 level, and that's exactly what we saw today. A little bit of a sideways action after that morning session. You can see that we've been holding VWAP pretty well since then. So again, looking decent. Seems like buyers are in charge on this ticker as of right now on the higher time frame. Let's see what Palantir has in store for us for the rest of the day.
Palantir's on my mind every day, okay? So
We'll
talk about it every day.
We'll talk.
All right, man. Yeah, what's up, Stevenson Etienne, my guy? Right there, I still can't stop laughing. We had a good time with Stevenson when he was talking about trade the pool. But we'll check out AMD, man. You just let me know what position you're in, because we need to get you graduated. Okay, what's going on, Sharif, over there? I guess it's Nvidia time. Okay, good. We could talk about AMD with Nvidia.
Yeah, AMD with a big downgrade today too, guys. But Nvidia, a bit of a tough day yesterday, another tough day today, not as bad as yesterday. A couple of headlines here of importance. Nvidia is reportedly looking to buy out Lepton AI, which basically rents out server GPUs. That has some speculators here, including short seller Jim Chanos, thinking that their inventory, there may be a glut of inventory here. So a bit of an issue there. That's the first time we've heard that from coming out of Nvidia. Secondly, they face a bit of a headwind coming out of China. Their H20 AI GPU is made specifically for China, but it uses more energy than the energy standards typically allow, and that has the Chinese authorities suggesting to their companies not to use the H20, guys.
Advanced money duplicator. Okay, I see you, day trader cut. I'm going to go with the destroyer on that one still, but it's been a good one, man. AMD has made its move, and we will look over there. I was looking at 108 short. I want to double check it there. The high of the day is 107.60, so we did have the right direction, but not the right price. A little light on the price check for AMD, and we'll go and do it. I do want to I do want to probably trade that here into the close. So we'll have a quick look on that name and see what we can get for you, okay? But anyways, Nvidia, just for now, there's that move down. This is the one thing, Obi, that I think I need to do again, is look a little more carefully at these bottoms that happen early or the tops that happen early, because it seems like these stocks have huge moves every single day. Nvidia goes bottom 110.60 all the way up to 114. So that's a $4 move. That's 4% on a $110 name. Let's call it 3 and a bit percent move straight up. So that was a great move right there off the open. But the thing is, when you're looking at Nvidia, it just gets back to yesterday's high. So again, trading is definitely something that requires a lot of patience, and you have to get lucky at some levels, and you have to look at things. But like, it kind of, this 114.50 was kind of the top, and was a good level right there. So this doesn't really surprise me that we fall off of there. I feel like the move down 1.3% does. I thought that there could have been a better rebound day here for some of the chip names after we saw AMD get killed yesterday, and some of the other names with Nvidia leading as well downside. So, I mean, huge move, kind of disappointing for shareholders that we're not all the way back up. But I mean, this 110, it's held a couple times if we look at the chart, and bear with me, I have to zoom in so it doesn't get that action. But right there's 110. We've only spent 2 days underneath. So, you know, as long as we can get back into that area, I think you like that hold. 110, these wicks go down to 109.20s, 109.40s. So you want to give it at least $1, I would say, if you're going to try 110. But the 110 has paid off a couple times. Paid off here, and again today. So we've seen some success with these levels. I would say stay the course with Nvidia. Try to buy dips long, but today's not the day. And so we're going to go short. We're underneath everything. But at the end of it all, very interesting what Sharif was mentioning there about Chanos. This is the one thing that's going to stall Nvidia, is going to be oversupply, because they're producing more and more chips every year. And if you can't get rid of the old ones, then you're going to have like a Nike and a Lulu and all these kind of problems like what retail does, where you keep refreshing your product line, but your old product line is still on the shelves and you're going to have to discount it, right? So if you're able to build DeepSeek and some of these other models and whatnot on lesser chips, then it does, you know, create a problem, because demand for the new ones, you're going to create an inventory glut on those, because the people that you're expecting to upgrade are simply just satisfied with the lower end. So I would just say we watch out for that. Their quarters always last, Obi. So it's not like you can wait. You know, AMD's going to report before them. Every chip name, they're all going to report before Nvidia. So you're going to have to wait. Unfortunately, the chip sector right now getting beat up pretty good. Marvell hit yesterday. Yeah. AMD hit yesterday. Intel, despite getting a new CEO, had that huge bump into 26, and now is right back to 23. So I just don't feel very comfortable right now with what's been happening in the space, and that's the chip space. So, yeah, that's about it for me on Nvidia. We will look at AMD. I'm thinking about trading that here in the afternoon.
Yeah, some interesting times here with new regulations coming in from China. Again, we talked about it yesterday as well. You guys read the report. 13% of Nvidia's revenue kind of coming in from those sources there. So yeah, maybe some investor sentiment might be shifted based off of that. We saw that kind of coming in yesterday, right off of the open there, 118 flush. Again, along with the rest of the market there as well. But catching a little bit of a bid today, 110.66 day lows, and popping back in a little bit of a VWAP orbit since then, 112, 115s. But let's take a quick look at a higher time frame on this one. Take that VWAP off the chart, and let's see. So we see that we kind of attempted to push past this 120 mark. This was the bid. I was watching this. I don't know if again, you guys know when I turn on my indicators how some of my charts get. But again, I don't use all of the indicators. I just leave them on. Okay, so nothing too significant here. There's a lot of anchored VWAPs here, but the one I want to focus on was the one I've been pointing out for the past couple of weeks. And if you've seen me on the show a couple of times, I'm like, yeah, I'm just dropping an anchored at the high. We got some high volume bars there as well. So at the high that Nvidia made, and you can see we attempted to break that high, but that average volume price right there, we're trading well below it, and we've been making lower lows underneath it. So I don't know what that means, but it seems like a little bit of a downtrend off of those highs. Even whether it's temporary or not, I have no idea. But yeah, we've been making a little bit of lower highs there. Prior low at that 104.41. No idea if this sell-off will take us into there, but today we got a little bit of consolidation. Let's see if it's price acceptance. I have no idea.
Before we go back to Sharif, I just want to say one quick thing. We just got out of the TQs a little bit there. We got out of 20% because it did fall back into the 50-period moving average. Let's go futures. Let's get to the downside right now. My guy's short. I'm short. We're going to see what happens with these futures into the close. All right, Robinhood, you always up to no good, man. You always up to no good.
I had to, Sean. It rhymed. They were actually up to good today. They're continuing to disrupt traditional finance by offering what they call like JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley type banking for less wealthy individuals. So here the headline reads, expands banking, will offer customers 4% savings APY and cash home delivery. But they're doing a lot more than that, guys. So Robinhood looking to expand their product portfolio.
Robinhood. I mean, we talked about that. I think I made a mistake initially, and I haven't corrected it. So, and that was investing in SoFi. I think Robinhood is the one we always talk about the same stuff, but the same thing impressed me too about the 700% increase in crypto trading on that last quarter. Plus, I think it was also a 300% increase in assets under management or whatever they call it there. So more people depositing into their Robinhood accounts, more IRAs or whatever they're able to do, more account offerings. So Robinhood could be that thing. I mean, I just know, especially from my own, I started investing with the bank that I banked with, like, my parents basically, beside our high school, there was, one of the big 6 banks, and it was just the one that I started banking with, and therefore they got my mortgage, they got my RRSPs, they got my swing trade, so it's all integrated. So if you do get some, that's okay. If you do get some, lost my train of thought. If you do get these customers at an early age, they'll stay with you. So anyways, I really like Robinhood. What is going on over there?
No, I think this is a cooking. So I look back as well. There's a cooking show. So I saw ribs, and I got distracted, obviously.
Okay.
Right? I looked back, and I was like, okay, we're definitely, I guess we're cooking. But just on the TV right now, those I don't know what those are, but those look amazing. But you know what does?
There. Yeah, what
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
watching that.
Look at that. Would you look at that?
Oh, there we go. We got to get that out. Get that out of here, man.
All right. Well,
you can't distract us with food.
We got to get back to the show. All right.
Or can you? But anyways, Robinhood. Look, I like the stock. It's been beat up a little bit over the last couple of days, but I mean, what wasn't yesterday? It did have a really great rebound off these levels. So I want to sell some JP Morgan, and I think that if we could continue to go higher, they both go higher together. But at the end of the day, I really like this Robinhood trade. Wish we would have bought this instead of JPM, so we'll try to correct a little bit of that as we go. So anyways, I really like Robinhood. This is one of the dip buy opportunities I think that we want to get involved with. Let me just double check before I throw over to you, because I want to check the PE on this. Like, why are we getting sort of so riled up about Robinhood here? Is it even that thing right now? Yeah, so PE still 32s and 28s, right? Like, you're not going to get anywhere near that for traditional banks, right? And like, see what I'm saying? JP Morgan's is 13. So you're paying 3 times the price for Robinhood. But again, the growth name is there, right? I mean, JP Morgan is just what they are. They're all obviously developed and, AP, what's AppLovin symbol? APP. APP, that's what it is. Okay, so just heard in my ear, AppLovin, Muddy Waters, short report right now hitting the wires on AppLovin. So APP, there it goes. Whoa. So that was just at 301 when we brought that to you. So.
Oh my God.
All right, you got it here first, man. There goes AppLovin. We just brought that to you. Boom. Wow, Obi.
Yeah.
All right, next time, man, we just punched short. But anyways, so they're talking about web traffic analysis is not accurate. But anyways, we'll get that. Adara's enjoying her lunch. We'll get that story when I see it on our Benzinga. I'll repeat it. But anyways, as we go, Adara just messaged us anyways. All right, I'll get that. But anyways, you want anything on right now on Robinhood, and then we'll go over the story.
Yeah, no, I was watching that spread on AppLovin. It's pretty wild there. But yeah, Robinhood, didn't really have eyes on it. Kind of sold off with the rest of the market yesterday. Sold off even more into the after hours. Bit of a gap up this morning, but nice little flush into prior day's lows. And again, didn't quite sustain price below prior day lows. You can see the volume coming in with expanding volume coming in on the pullback through when the bid shows back up back through prior day low, and then we've been kind of just consolidating, trading sideways. Now underneath VWAP, making lower highs relative to the morning session there, and kind of building a base on top of this 44, it would seem. So interesting stuff there on Hood, Robinhood there, but I don't know if it's up to no good. But that 44 definitely looks a little bit interesting. It's AppLovin, oh boy, coming in real hot.
All right, guys, last on the list here is Rivian. What a fantastic day today for Rivian. Obviously, something to do with the tariffs as they make their cars in the United States. An interesting note here from Benzinga, an unusual options activity detection, guys, with some shorter dated calls here. Decidedly bullish, 77% bullish, 23% bearish, guys. Good day today, up almost 8%.
Very bullish today on Rivian, I guess. The market's coming back in again, so we'll take some more out here on the futures as Obi and I sit in these shorts. I mean, great to have you here, Obi. All right, Rivian. Wow. Looking over there, making sure Randy's not over there because he really liked this, Obi, at 10.20. He had an exact price of $10.22. And this is an oh boy miss because during all of that time, you know where it came down to, man? This is like something that I would talk about more. 10.45 or so. So a little bit of a miss there as we go up basically 25% rate from there. So this is the thing, like despite some of these names being so beat up, you just get these little pops and they add up to a lot. Like, you know, a 25% hit is bad, but you just got a gain rate there of 25% in just 5 days. So it's a nice move up there for Rivian, up that 8%. You know, we know that they're trying to build that, or are building that plant there in Georgia. So if Rivian's going to build American, then they're going to get those American sort of tailwinds there, and Rivian's getting that today. So, you know, in hindsight, a very easy long this morning, knowing that their car is American built. They're going to get supported there. Especially the other thing, too, is whether or not you like all this stuff that Elon's doing or whatever, there are going to be EV buyers that will not prefer to buy a Tesla now based on what's been happening. There will be people that will be like that. We've seen vandalism, we've seen this, we've seen that. So Rivian on the higher end, because they do have that $140,000 sort of price, that's in Canadian, target for their cars. I think Rivian is the beneficiary of some of the Tesla negativity and Build USA. So yeah. I like Rivian, and I think it works from here on in. That was a great call by Randy, and I'm still in the name a little bit at 11.25, and we'll just wait to see what winds up happening with Rivian. So the top has been 18. If it gets back up there, it might be a good out.
Yeah, no, definitely one to keep an eye on. Again, with the whole tariff news today. One of the names I did have an eye on, again, was Ford and GM. But yeah, Rivian looking really nice today, holding that VWAP in the morning session. Pullbacks hold VWAP once again. General uptrend on the day. After a strong day of selling on the market, it didn't really sell off that crazily yesterday. Sure, it was down pretty bad from the highs to the lows, about 5.5%. But on the day today, from today's lows to the highs, Sean, this thing is up over 9%.
Bang.
Oh boy, it's over, is it over 9,000? I don't know. But it's over 9% for sure, making higher highs and higher lows on Rivian. So a nice little drive off of the opening session. You can see that this pullback as well, holding that 1260. Pretty nice prior structure, prior day's high hold as well in the middle of the day for that continuation. Expanding relative volume as well, even though the volume itself is dropping down. So interesting stuff happening there on Rivian. But yeah, other than that, nothing really else on this one. Wasn't necessarily on my radar. Like I said, I was watching, I guess, Ford and GM a little bit more in the morning. I did not really get involved with either of them. All right, so App stops me out. I took a little bit of a piece there for maybe potentially, a little cheeky piece for a potential reversion back into 300. Okay. It was interesting. As soon as I punched in, it wipes up 3 points. Right after. That was a little interesting. On something illiquid and spready as this, you definitely see distinct outlier action sometimes that, when people punching in to orders. Interesting timing on that one, though. But tinfoil hat off, 290s broke. We're trading a little bit lower there. So yeah, I was risking, I think, what did I get in? I got in 94s, risking down to 91s, being like, if we get down to 91s, we're probably going to break below 90. And we're trading 287s and some change as of right now on AppLovin. So that short report coming in real strong as the ticker flushes even lower here. I did have an anchored, so I did have a bit of a reason there looking for a potential bid. It did kind of stall. I gave it a shot, but you know what? I do not want to get in front of a falling knife like that. Again, risking appropriately. So let me know in the chat, what are you guys trading today? I definitely have traded a decent amount of tickers today. Like I said, distinctly different than usual. I have about 6 tickers on my blotter. Oh boy. And this ticker continuing to fall to the downside, Sean. But yeah, let me go.
I like the short. I like the shorts into the close.
Yeah, the shorts are nice, man.
You know, I'm with you. I'm on the Nasdaq. You're on Tesla. I mean, I think we're both feeling very, very similarly to what we're debating here is the short call in the market. We both have our stops. Mine's at the money now. Obi's is quite clearly still in the money, which is really nice to see. So
I mean, I got a lot of dollar clubs on that one, bro.
Yeah, man. We'll just we had $17 on Tesla.
In the morning, yeah.
Yeah, we had $277 to $291. Sorry, $14.
It's wild.
$14. The market's wild.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just want to say, you know, good job trying that shot there on AppLovin. And before we go over, I know we have to go. Are we ready for Dara now? Yep. All right, let's just go to her, and then I want to have a story.
Yeah, I just wanted to recap here this AppLovin short report. So yes, I was not at the desk when this came through. Basically what happened here was Muddy Waters is short AppLovin. They basically said, there's a lot of technical jargon in this short report, but they said apparently about roughly 52% of their e-commerce is actually retargeting, and they only have about 25 to 35% incrementality, which they view as a little bit weaker here. They also said that the company misappropriates user data from some of its 3P platforms and then uses that data as a black edge. So basically said there's some sketchy things going on with regards to how it uses data. Its Axon platform as well has been on watch with quite a few short sellers targeting it. And I want to mention as well, AppLovin, I believe this is like its 4th short report in 1 month. So on February 20th, I guess a little bit over a month, we got one short report, then we got 2 more short reports the week after, now another short report. The people who have been short this name are Bear Cave, Muddy Waters as of today, Culprit Research, and Fuzzy Panda. So 4 shorters on this name. A huge push here for APP.
Obi and I were just talking about like looking at the AppLovin chart. It's like, I know Obi tried long, and I thought he tried short. When he told me he tried long, I was like, yeah, might not want to mess with that. But the thing is like, the story is what it is. Like, it's down 12%, right? I mean, again, I always feel a little bit like these short reports, what are they really trying to accomplish? Like, I don't really know, again, like what the rules are on that. Like, does the SEC, you know, do they have to file this report with them before they release it? Or can they just say whatever they want? Like, you know, because right there, if you've got puts or something, like you just had a crazy outsized move right there. So I don't know what Muddy Waters' position is. You know, like if they're flat on AppLovin and they're just doing research and giving this out as a paid, you know, service to their viewers or to their subscribers or whatever they're doing, that's one thing, because, you know, that happens all the time. People put out research notes, people put out reports. It's their opinion. It's fine. It's just like, sometimes I just wonder, you know, what's up with that? Like, there's the 50 period, there's 350, maybe just nervous that it wasn't going and then flash to the downside. That's just a little bit, like, it's probably completely fine. And there are rules to that. It's not like I'm coming up with something here. So there was that other short reporter. It wasn't Muddy Waters. There's the other one, the guy. It was a singular guy basically was running. I forget what it was, but they've stopped putting out short reports.
Oh, Citron.
Citron.
Yeah. I remember. I remember when I used to trade at home.
Yeah.
Like, Citron reports were like, I would want to know like when Citron would report. That would almost be an insta short.
Right.
On some of those, and if you were first, it was definitely nice. So. Yeah,
that's
short
the
reports
thing.
pretty
I wanted to say, so you looked at Rivian and you're like, oh boy, it's up 9% or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever look at that, the percentage that it's up, in order to think about what to trade? Or Like, because like I see it up 9%, and the only time that really affects me is maybe when it's down 9%, and then I'm looking for a bounce off of the short sale restriction. So of being down 10%.
Yeah.
Do you ever like going long? Like you always play reversion. So this maybe is a little bit of a loaded, not always, but you know, it's maybe a loaded question. Because it's up so much, is that something that you would leave alone? Or
No, I would definitely keep it on keep it on watch. Because if I think it is getting overextended, I want to keep it on watch because I'm hunting for a reason to sell. If it gives me any sort of exhaustion, then yeah, I definitely want to get involved. If it's up heavy on the day, but yeah, no, I'll usually look at volume leaders, and I know that people definitely look at how much percent it's up or down. There are definitely some good stats around that, and I'm sure that people have some edge in and around that. But yeah, no, usually I just look at volume leaders, and yeah, those volume leaders will usually find me the ones that are up the most or down the most on the day as well.
All right.
More often than not, but yeah, no. Not necessarily something I
Because I just use that hot list, and I'm just trying to find like names that are kind of like hot and bouncing around a little bit, and then I don't really ever sort. I do sort, like I have a watch list here that I automatically just sort everything. Unfortunately, I don't have Rivian on here. I'm going to add it, but like Baba up 3%. So if I was going bullish, I would sort of look over and find Alibaba. Okay, we're getting. I don't know what your position is right now on Tesla or where your stops are, but right now we are starting to get a little spicy for us on this trade. The futures are fine, man. We're just short at 10, but we just got our maximum position for what we're trying to add on for this particular trade. And I always go through that kind of math again, trying to figure out like what kind of loss, because we're up on the day, we're not turning red on any of these kind of, you know, shots in the dark. But right here, I want to go short this into the close. So I'm using $63.40. So I'm just going to double check. So that's sort of my stop zone. I'll give it a little bit more. We're actually going to stop out above 50, but at the end of the day, I don't always want to stop out right at that level. So we'll give it a little bit of room. So that right there would be 63.40, just up it a little bit, 10 cents, and that's where we're going to get stopped out. So how I analyze this, and a lot of you ask about share size or about risk and all that, it's like I'm in a comfortable position right now that if this gets run, then it's a zero and we wash our hands and we just move on. We don't beat ourselves up over it. It's not like, what have we done type of thing. This is a trade, and we're looking to make it here back downside. And what you can also do is, I'm starting to do a little bit of this too. It's helping me hold on for a little bit longer, is just thinking like, I'm short right now at 10s. So if it goes and runs me at 50, that's a 40-cent hit, right? So I need to get out. If we come over to the chart here, that VWAP right there is actually at 63. So I'll always get something out there because it will still be a win. So 63.95. So we'll put something down here around that area and get out of like our 10% just because it hits our levels. But then in the back of my mind, I'm also understanding that a 40-cent hit, in order for this to make any sense, I really need to, and we made a lot of money not doing one-to-one. The R to R is up to you. It's whatever you want to give it, right? Because we make money the minute this thing gets underneath 10 cents. So I could get it all out at 9, and that's a win, but it wouldn't justify the risk. So you have to do that in your head. This is why I was talking with the guys last night. It's like, there's so many decisions that you have to make all the time throughout the day. And it's like, try to make it as simple as possible. So down to VWAP, then down to the 50 period, and then we'll try to empty out roughly half of our position. We don't want to be in more than half if the 1-to-1 ratio is met. So 1-to-1, we're talking about ratios, risk to reward. So if it's 40 cents worth of risk, I'd like to be out of half of my position in and around that 40-cent profit mark. So that's what we're doing right now. The only earnings we have tonight, so join Adara and myself, would be Lululemon. So we like that name here. I just got delivery today, 2 more products dropped off at the house there. I like some of that shirt I was wearing yesterday was actually a Lulu shirt. And I don't know, I buy some of this stuff there, and it's been pretty good. I had to take something back, so I went to Sherway on the weekend. So easy. I mean, the store wasn't exactly packed or anything like that. So walked right up, man. They scanned it in. They gave me a gift card. It was fantastic. So, I mean, I like that kind of stuff. And, you know, so I'm buying that. I mean, coming into the summertime, you know, wearing you know, a little more casual stuff there.
Oh,
so.
for sure. Yeah, no,
and we've changed where, you know, we don't necessarily, I mean, you're all fancy today. What, do you got a date tonight or what?
No, I was, you know, I was like,
look at that smile. There's something going on, Obi.
No, there's nothing.
There's something going on, my guy.
So I just got, you know, just
lucky
like
guy,
dressing,
eh? To be
dressing
single
up a little
again,
bit.
eh?
I mean, you know.
I didn't even ask you. Are you single? I don't even.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Why not? I know. That's what I was going to ask you. If you said yes, I was going to, or no, I was going to say why not. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, boy.
All right. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, how?
I don't need to.
Not that this has anything to do with Miami or anything like that. But how was it? Because we haven't.
Oh,
really
right.
spoken.
Yeah. Miami was great, man.
Good.
Beautiful weather there.
You met other traders there. With
Yeah,
success?
for sure.
Good, man.
Met some really great traders. Had some good conversations. Really thankful for the Traders for a Cause event.
Good, man.
I love some of the stuff that they host. And yeah, no, great kind of networking and stuff. So it was a good trip. It was definitely a good trip, well worth it.
Nice.
And yeah, it's good to kind of get away from the desk every now and then, even though it's trading related. You know,
For sure.
Oh
man, I mean, hanging around, listening to me, listening to Neil, like it's always great to hear other people and get away because sometimes it does give you that. And someone just asked what happened to Neil. Yeah, he quit. No, he's at the Jays game.
Yeah.
Hey traders, I hope you're enjoying this stream.
We're redoing
Make
this.
sure to like, subscribe, even share. Plus,
There's too many shadows in that.
socials.
I mean, what the hell is that? That is being redone immediately. So that's going to be redone tomorrow. There we'll dress up all handsome like Obi and get that going. So yeah, but no. Anyways, at the end of the day, Neil enjoying it, and Blue Jays about to have their first pitch here, 3:07. So it's Orioles Jays, and that should be a good one.
He said the game starts when?
Right now, 3:07.
Oh,
I just said
okay,
3:07.
Okay,
First pitch.
yeah. All right, so soon.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
You like going to the Jays games or anything?
I told Neil this. I've never been to a game.
All right, so see, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about.
I've never been
like
to a
all
game.
this money that people will donate in. Like we could do like a Trader TV Live does the Jays game. You know, like kind of like, you know, we all go to the Jays game, buy, you know, get some drinks going on there. You know, I don't know, have fun doing something like that.
Yeah.
You know, playing some Street Fighter. We go. Oh yeah, that when you went for your graduation, that was fun. There's
that
video
was
games
good.
there.
Yeah. There was a
Meet
Street
people
Fighter
there, do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I was trying to think something a little bit more. So Neil has season tickets. He shares them.
great.
Yeah, I mean he'll talk about this tomorrow. I'll ask him, but he shares them with one of his roommates from university. I believe he was doing that for a while, so we'll double check that. But yeah,
Did he won that? He bought them?
I know, hard to believe, but he buys his Jays tickets. Yeah. So so they only say that because Jays, I don't know, season tickets for baseball. Like I have them for the PWHL, which is the girls hockey, which I mean we really like it. So to each their own. But that's only like 15 home games, maybe not even something like that. But the Jays, man, that's 81 home games all throughout the summer, and some days they'll have like 6 in a week.
Yeah.
So you got to get on StubHub like immediately and start getting rid of those. But the good thing about it is, I don't know if you know too much, like I know about the ticket scalping business and all that stuff. You get a much better price when you have the season tickets.
Right.
So
they're transferable.
Oh yeah.
wow.
Easily, anything is easy to get rid of.
Oh.
You could just literally text them to somebody, and you logged
wow.
into your account, and you got them. No more tickets
Scout game
anymore are.
strong.
Yeah. I don't know the last time I actually had a physical ticket.
Yeah. No.
Everything is now scanned.
Everything's just on the Google Wallet or the Ticketmaster. Like you can get everything on your Google Wallet. But yeah, last time I did when I went to Miami, I did my ticket,
Yeah.
my boarding pass.
Yeah.
Through my phone.
Of course.
On the Google Wallet.
Oh yeah. I've never printed that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put them in the Apple Wallet because then you don't even need internet access.
Yep.
It's right there. Yeah. Look at you, Obi, using technology. I like that. All right, so you're supposed to. You're young. You're supposed to be all over the technology game.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so we're close, man. I just want, as we've been talking, there hasn't been much going on in the market. So, but at the end of the day, there's always something going on. The futures right now are at this level, so we're out of the money now. 10 handles. Very, very comfortable with this trade, but getting uncomfortable. And we never say you can't ever become better until you're uncomfortable. I don't know what I'm saying, but I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you got to
in order
get
to become
uncomfortable.
comfortable, you got to sort of get uncomfortable first.
For sure. Yeah.
So that's how I'm learning to try to hold on to these things a little bit more and get a little bit better. So we sit here, we watch our positions, and we don't go max, so we can sit here and wait and be patient and still have a good show. So that's what we're doing right now. Oh, you're in AppLovin again. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. No, I'm watching it. It's consolidating. It's making some lower highs. It's holding the 290. It got flushed out on some strong news. I get it. I gave it a couple shots. I'm in my second shot right now. I'm willing to give it a couple shots there. But consolidating near its lows. Yeah, technically still trending to the downside here. Daily trend as well. It kind of came in, and that flushing kind of brings in those sellers. And I'm like, I see this, and I'm like, all right, well, let's see where the bid comes up. Again, I'm not expecting it to go back through higher days. I'm just looking for a little bit of a reversion to see if it'll have me. And as of right now, Sean, a bit of reversion definitely coming in on this market with the bid kind of stepping right back up. We see Tesla's coming right back up into that 280 mark. Let's see what we can do with 280. I definitely did not get re-involved here or re-engaged. You can see I got in the single entry there on the short, covered most of it 287s. Pulls back into VWAP, didn't really cover anything there, but this I think is a good spot to get back in. This is a good spot to get back in. Didn't really participate in that, but let's see what Tesla has to offer for the rest of the day. Maybe some more entries.
All right, we're just talking about some gambling and going out to some games. So let's talk a little bit here about one of our sponsors here. It's Profit X. So want top tier odds? I'm going to show them in a minute. And total control. Profit X brings you peer-to-peer. This is important. Picking open API access for automation. Can you believe you can have an open API here? This is crazy. I love this. And cost-efficient trading all in one place. It's like day trading, but with your favorite sports. Make offers, match plays, and even manage your own risk with diverse prediction options. Don't just place picks, exchange them. Profit X, a smarter, faster way to play. Users here can use code TRADERTV to get to your sign-up offer of 2% cash back with up to $300 as that maximum cash back. So here's thanks Profit X, and go check them out right now immediately. Profitx.co, actually. Scan the QR code right there, profitx.co. So I'm on that page right now, and you know, again, the good thing about it, I am hearing some feedback in my ear. I don't know if someone's mic is different.
It's a little feedback.
You got it too? Okay, so
Yeah,
go.
I got it.
Sometimes I'm hearing things, especially, ask my wife. I hear lots of things and don't hear other things. So it's very, very interesting, my life. Yeah. But yeah, so here we go, man. Wow, okay, so now Toronto's minus 110. Neil and I actually got this earlier. Look at the money that's there right now. $5,000 on the offer, $3,000 right now on the bid, and these are the odds. So if you like Baltimore, you can squeeze this right now. You could say, oh, I'm willing to take plus 105. You can tighten it up one way or the other. You could put Toronto to minus 109. Anything you want. Neil and I are long Toronto right now, minus 104 from today. So we could actually punch out of that right now by taking Baltimore on the other side. So it's really cool. Lots of stuff happening. Look at this. $54,000 right now is on this game, traded. So with pitch opening day, so opening pitch here, first pitch coming in just under 20 minutes, 54,000 has been offered back and forth on here, right? So that's the traded amount. And again, tons of odds on here, tons of sports, NBA. You could talk about the most traded San Antonio Spurs right here at Cleveland. So this is just money line, but check the spread, right? Like, honestly, they are a sponsor for us, but this is completely off the cuff. I'm just doing this because I'm pretty passionate about it. Like, I'll make bets all the time. And the thing is you save a lot of money. Look at the spread here tonight. San Antonio Spurs versus, thanks, Marine. San Antonio versus Cleveland, right? And again, just for you guys, we're going to get back to trading in 1 second. It's minus 103 on both sides. All right, so the thing about that is, if you open up your FanDuel right now, this is minus 110 on both sides. So it's about saving that money on the VIG. Most sports bettors will be 52, 53% are like the most successful sports bettors. And I can tell you, I opened up I'll talk about that in a minute, how much I've spent and how much I've won. I don't know the timing, that's what I have to tell you guys. But to save those points does matter. Check them out, Profit X. All right, so just on something else right now, the TQs just went right back into flat for us again. So as we were talking about that, the net was sort of dancing back and forth. So we were trying to stay disciplined, but like now the 50 period has moved to $63. Like it's not getting favorable for us. Normally, whenever we're above all of these lines, I'm looking for it to come back in and take longs off of this support. It's like the death cross, but in my world, where you have the 1 minute death cross, the 50 period crossing the 200 period. So that just happened. So I haven't back tested it on a 1 minute chart, nor do I believe in those death crosses. And I say just for a joke, like they predicted 18 of the last 4 recessions. Okay, here it comes right back down in. So let's start to take something out here right now as we get right back in. This is a good move. You see this move down, we need to take advantage of it. We get some 04s out. There it goes. Let's go, man. Good trading so far here, Obi, as we start to get back down in. So we were waiting for 95s. We're still there at 96. A couple more. Oh my God, 96 just flashed. Did we get that fill? Yes, we did, Obi. Props up to that fill. What the hell gateway were we on? Thank you, NASDAQ. What a great fill that was as we just got that level. So we were just talking about it. Good fill for us there. We still have 80%. We took double 10% out there. One at the 50, one at VWAP, and then hopefully we can get down in, man. That last spike was 80s. So I'm going to put a bid there. I'm bidding 62.60. Let's get a little bit higher to make sure we cash out of this.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I got eyes on that AppLovin, got stopped out a couple times. That market flush came in across the board. 20,100 reject there. So we are currently making lower highs on the day. First high, 20,200. Second lower high in and around 20,150. And now coming in a little bit of a Rizzy stance, stepping down a little bit more at that 20,100. So let's see what that has in store. I'm kind of watching for the next trade. I'm really seeing like, all right, well, Tesla, that might have been a decent ad there, but didn't really quite get up to VWAP, even though I kind of lick grabbed that prior high. Technically, we are still making some lower highs off of the high there. So watching that one. Another one I'm watching, Sean, is goggles. So gotta keep an eye on this one here as it continues to trend to the downside. Yeah, definitely. But 30 minutes, look at this beautiful 30-minute chart. Just boom, candle after candle, just straight to the downside here. I was looking for continuation today, and continuation we did get on this goggles right here. Opening range low breaks, VWAP holds, sellers stepping in every time this 30-minute candle tries to bid up, closes on a top wick.
Let's go.
So kind of showing us that sellers might still be involved and in charge on Google from yesterday. So again, out of the Mag 7, I think that this is the one that is looking distinctly different for sure, as we can just take a quick run through all of them right here. We can see Nvidia still chopping sideways. We got that little bit of a pullback off of VWAP. This is a 30-minute chart. There's only 2 more bars left on this chart to finish printing on the day here. And yeah, Tesla as well. Of course, Tesla, I'm watching it. Look at that nice little top wick there. About 1 minute and 43 seconds left for this candle to close. And VWAP still seems like it might have a little bit of supply there. You can see that coming in the after hours as well when we made this lower high just shy of 280 in and around 6 o'clock last night. We can see that breakout was absolutely beautiful. Not only does it break that 280, we get past prior day's high, giving us a little pop. And oh boy, Sean, the snipe moment, definitely people were looking at. I'm like, okay, I got the 290. Why do I like the 290? Look at this lick grab. That prior high was 291.19. As soon as sellers step back in, yeah, I like to get a little bit involved. Sure, it goes all the way to the day low. Do I know that it's going to do that? Absolutely not. Got a little lucky with that one there. But Tesla showing us a little bit of that range over the past couple of days. The sellers stepping in where they were, showing that they were in charge just yesterday once again. And Apple, oh boy. So earlier today, I was looking at the spider and I was like, all right, well, this looks like a great place to get short. And it was in and around here. You look at 12 o'clock, I think it was 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock, somewhere around there. A little bit of a pullback came in on the market, and I'm like, all right, cool, let me get short. Boom, short the strongest stock in the market. Maybe not today as we continue to trend to the upside. Look at these strong volume bars that come in through the break of this prior high a day. So definitely a little bit of offside happening there. Look at this flush coming in, Sean. Oh boy, this market coming into the downside. AppLovin, no way.
Who would have thought the market was coming down?
Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk that maybe there are sellers in charge? Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe yesterday.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Just trying to. I don't know. I don't. Sometimes I just don't think, Sean.
No, but I mean, me and you have these trades on. You know, that's the one thing that we talk about this just kiddingly and everything like that. But like, this is what trading's all about. And we sit here and sometimes we talk like, oh, it's not my style. It is my style. The style is just winning. I don't care. No. But I'm saying what I'm saying is no matter what your style is, you want to have winning trades.
Yes.
So it doesn't like people could be long. It's like what I was talking about in Tesla earlier. It's like people were long. The long was better. You've won on the short today. I've won on the short today. People out here have definitely won on the long. I mean, that long was crazy off the open here. But there it is, man. Like, there's the cues. There's the downside push. We are legitimately 45 handles now in the money. And you've got the $13 or whatever it is there on Tesla. So it's like, these are real positions. This is real trading. And I'm just glad to be here showing you guys this. And we're sponsored by, I mean, what kind of segue was that? First of all, we are sponsored by Real Trading. So I want to give a big shout out to them. And yeah, oh boy, as you keep saying, the market is doing kind of what we had thought. You know, I mean, this is why we put that on there. So whatever, man. I mean, this is why I'm trading 3 names today. Palantir, bang. Tesla, bang. TQs right in front of you. So, you know, this is what's good. And, you know, I just hope that everybody has a great time. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. You know, help us with by supporting the sponsors there. And that's that. This is the Jays Connect hat as we wear our Jays stuff today. And yeah, we're really excited to watch that and keep going. So there we go.
Sebastian.
Yeah, man, Sebastian's my guy right here. And now apparently he's trying to do some work for you over there.
I don't know if I'm taking applications, Sebastian. This
man doesn't, you know, when the demand is what it is, there's no application process.
I will provide the liquidity.
That's what, yeah, I bet you would. And I mean, the thing is like, this is what's going on, you know, like, you just come talk to this guy over here and you'll be swept off your feet. But no, we want to thank you, Obi, for coming through again there. And thanks, Sebastian, for pumping the tires there. Yeah, we always have lots of fun there on the show. So, yeah, nice little retracement back up there in the TQs. This is why, again, as we talk about it, like you could have been long, right? The same way, buying the dips off of this past candle. So, you know, this is what trading's about. Different opinions everywhere. There's always going to be someone that every time you buy, guess what? Somebody else is selling.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the market. It's to match buyers and sellers. So, you know, somebody got long off Obi's short there, and I had to punch somebody on the bid or get filled by a buy order to get this short as well. Yep. So, you know, like when we're sitting here taking these shorts, someone's pushing the buy against us. So this is what trading is. There's going to be winners. There's going to be losers. There's going to be time frames as well. Just because I'm net short doesn't mean someone else is net long. We have to cover at the end of every single day. Obi and I are trading the equities. We're not trading CFDs. We're not trading options. We are trading physical shares. So we have to be closed out of our positions just after 4 o'clock when those open imbalances or market on close imbalances finally come to a stop. So, all right, we can look back at AppLovin. We can go find out a story here from Adara.
Just be aware here, we do have Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney currently taking the microphone. He's talking about how the Canadian cabinet basically has talked about their response to tariffs. So that's going to be on watch here. Tariff talks here from Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney. Donald Trump was supposed to have been signing some executive orders at 2 p.m. I have not heard anything from that, but sometimes there's a Q&A or press talk after that. So if I hear anything, I will let you guys know promptly. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, with Carney talking, I mean, again, I think it just means the market goes down. Like, I don't think there's going to be anything talked about. Like whatever tariffs or whatever we decide to slap on in response to this, like I have friends, we all have these people, right? Like we have friends of the family and stuff like that are employed at, there's a Chrysler plant in Brampton where Neil's from and I'm from. So we know people that work there, have worked there for 30 years, you know, and there's other people in Oakville, there's a Ford plant as well. GM closed in Oshawa, but you know, there's production everywhere in Canada. I don't want to say everywhere, but definitely here in Southern Ontario, and it's real. You know, like people are now, Ford or whoever these plants are deciding to, you know, obviously shift a lot of production southbound, which is fine. I mean, I get it, it's a free market, but it is starting to affect. So I would just say that Carney's going to come out as our prime minister, of course, as they should, and defend, the people of Canada. And I would just say it probably negative. Like, I don't think he's going to say anything positive. So we're still net short. Sure, I'm talking up my own book, but whatever. We've been short before that story. So now let's wait to see what happens. I would just say the more people are talking about tariffs, unless it's President Trump, like he's the one that's going to hold the cards. So I just continue to feel pretty negatively about all of that. So let's just hold out, wait for that. I think April 2nd, and if you want my opinion, I think it's going to be a huge rally day. Like, it's already priced in.
April 2nd?
Yeah.
What's happening then?
It's the tariff day.
Oh, it's a tariff day. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'll just pretend you knew.
I knew it was, no, I'm joking. I knew it was a tariff day. But.
Yeah, so, and again, the joke was that he wanted to put them on ASAP, but of course, he was, and I'm talking about President Trump, was nervous that people might think it's a joke if he chose April 1st.
Oh,
So he went with April 2nd right there, which happens to be my anniversary.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're saying...
Anniversary be damned, I'm going to be here. But at the end of the day, so that'll be fun. We're trying to go out. Yeah. It's funny because we told the kids yesterday that...
I mean, it's your anniversary, bro. If you want to take the day off, you know I'm right here.
Oh, I know. Joe's here. Everybody's here. Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah.
You know? But no, I'm taking the day off for anniversary. I mean, we'll just go.
Nice. Okay. All right.
I was trying to tell a story that like my wife and I were like, okay, we gotta, I was like, let's go out to dinner. What do you want me to do? Like, we can go to where my parents live and drop them off, and then do something bigger, just the two of us, or we could, go out with the kids. That was immediately no, we're not going out with the kids. So so we're probably just gonna find something local, and then just let the kids chill out at home and
awesome.
Figure. Yeah, well, it won't be a surprise at this point, but yeah, I've already got some restaurants in mind. Nice. It's fine. There's some great restaurants. And we live in Toronto. I mean, what a great spot to be for.
Oh yeah, lots.
I mean, there's any kind of restaurant, so we'll be going there. A food type. I like Japanese. Maybe we'll figure that out. That's always good.
Have you ever been to the Kinka Izakaya?
Yes.
Oh, they're so good.
That's on.
There's so many locations.
Right.
Yeah.
The one that's wicked busy, and we should go there, and they yell, and it's so much fun. Yeah. It's I don't know if it's on Girard, but it's the one east.
Yep.
I'm gonna find it. We'll definitely go there. We went there a couple times with our So some of our friends from high school, we've stopped sort of doing this, but we're trying to get back on it. Our next one is actually April 28th, I think. We do like a boys' night dinner, where we all pick a restaurant and we go out and we just whatever. Nice. It's just 7 or 8 of us. Whoever can make it out that night comes, and it's a lot of fun. So we've been to that place a couple times. It was a lot of fun. You like sake?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
A couple of buddies of mine. We grew up together. So what we started doing now, this year is going to be the 3rd year in a row, and we started it a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. And basically, it's our food adventure for the day. So we start in the morning. On a weekend or on a day off. Start in the morning, and we try to hit up as many spots as possible throughout the day.
Yep.
Just not really eating full meals, but like sampling whatever their hottest item or their best-selling stuff is.
Like a pub crawl, but for food.
Kind of, yeah. So we do that pretty much for the whole day, and we try to pace ourselves. It's kind of funny. We kind of get like one meal and like share it between us three.
Right.
Last time I think we hit 16 spots in a day.
That's fun. 16
spots. We're driving around a lot in the GTA, but yeah, we hit 16 spots. It was fun. So yeah, those food tours with the boys, definitely some good stuff there. Yeah.
We did just cover a little bit more. The TQs are coming down. I'm bidding 76s right now on this. We're 35 handles in the money. And again, I say handles. What I mean by it's just pennies, but I've looked at it, and I'll have to do the math again because it always is changing. But, I was just thinking like right now we're short at 63.19, so that's right here. So if I look at that, that's as of 2:42. So if I go over here, I got to find 42. So we'd be short about 20,095. So that's 40 handles. So it's about as the pennies go or 30 handles is about how much we're in. So that's why I talk like that. So right now 30 pennies in the money, and if you're trading the futures. And the reason why I don't actually look at the futures, a lot of you say just trade the futures. Fine, I could. For me, it doesn't matter risk-wise. But it's just when I look at them, this is just how the futures look on our platform, right? I mean, it's just a level 2. It's right here, and there's the size. It trades by quarters, so I'd have to change this, push this over to see the quarters. Which now, when I go back to stock, it changes the way it looks, and I just don't like it. Oh, Lululemon tonight, by the way. So I just choose to trade the Qs. And I chose TQs because it's triple the move. I could trade the QQs, which is 480 80. What is it at now? Yeah, 483. So could also choose this. But again, Pikachu, I choose you because of the fact that it's less value. And I just feel that there's more traders that can either trade with me. If they choose the SQQ, you would just go the opposite. So this would be the short. So this is the bear, triple bear. And then the TQQ, which has gotten expensive now. This was just a couple dollars not too long ago. But the TQQs as well, $62. So just a little bit cheaper than the rest. The lines are all the same. So I just follow the lines, right? Like, it doesn't really matter what stock I'm trading. I try to follow the same rules. So that's that. We are out of half, by the way, of our TQQ position. Just looking to get out of a little bit more down here at 76s, which is the bottom. So we'll see about that. But out of half right now. Market's not really doing too much here into the close, Obi. I mean, we haven't done anything since that one drop that we're a part of. So we'll see. We're now underneath VWAP, so it's giving me a little bit better feels. But the market is trying to battle back. You know, let's take out 5%. I'll just punch out right there. We punched out some 92s, so we take out another 5% right there because we are dancing around VWAP. So triple levered ETF here, the TQQs. So the NASDAQ right now down 0.2, as you can see right here. The TQs triple that. So that's how it works. And you never want to be invested in these things long term, right? Because they degrade over time with options. It will not be a triple gainer. Like if the NASDAQ is up 10% this year, this will not be up 30. This might only be up like 15 or less. So you got to watch out because they always roll over. The options roll over. So it's more of a weekly thing. I think you can probably trade it pretty accurately for the week. It will not be a triple as you move forward, though. So I just want to give the heads up to all of you about that.
No, people in the chat talking about what tickers they're trading. And yeah, I think that's some solid advice there. You definitely want to not hold some of those ones in your long term. Because yeah, they do depreciate over time. But Apple, Joseph is saying he's trading Apple here. Yeah, Apple's very, very strong.
Wow, yeah, it's
on the day. Like we said, it's pretty much one of the only ones that's trending to the upside here. Definitely not really pulling the market down, I would say. But yeah, Apple might be keeping it up a little bit here on the day today. So yeah, let's see what else do we got. I mean, you can see that a lot of these tickers are trading pretty much sideways. Apple is the strongest, so it doesn't really doesn't really, I guess, have that strong of an effect on the futures. But take a look at this. You can take a look at Google. Google's straight to the downside, so distinctly different there on Google and Amazon. Oh boy, we were talking about this one earlier in the morning session there, and a nice little hold of that 203. If you guys remember, Amazon and 200 was a bit of an interesting level. If you guys remember that Bezos, we call it the Bezos lid. Bezos had some sell orders which were very, very apparent in and around that $200 area. And that 200, again, is that resistance turning into support? As of right now, yes. So can you make decisions off of it? I don't know. Is it part of your playbook? I think that is a good question to answer. But off of the open, you can see it does the VWAP reclaim right into the 200, trades back above the opening price, back above opening range highs, back above pre-market highs. And look at this first pullback, kind of steps on top of that action. Nice, beautiful stair-step action there for some fresh highs. That 200 did hold today. Yesterday, I was watching this one, Sean. I was like, we're trading at 206s. We come crashing all the way down into 200. Pretty much 200 exact. That was the day low yesterday, 199.92. So I was like, oh boy, coming into today, one of my ideas was the Amazon, look for a bid in and around that 200 if it does show up on Amazon. And look, a lot of those trades did work. But again, at the end of the day, stock selection off of the open, I was like, Tesla's kind of been nice to me over the past few days, so I'm going to be watching that a little bit closer as well. And I was watching some of the car tariff names like Ford. I was watching Ford. I had eyes on Ford. Didn't really do much off of the open. Kind of quadunked right off of the open. I was looking for the bid. I was looking for a continuation. I was like, okay, well, yeah. If we're going to tariff car companies, Ford might actually catch a bid, and it's showing us a bid in the pre-market. But that was just marketing, and everybody got sold to right off of the open, which was absolutely beautiful. $10 break below, $10 was nice as well. But since then, since that strong action in the morning session going in and into around 11 o'clock, you can see it starts to really slow down and just chop sideways just around this $10 level. So nothing too much there unless you're trying to play some of that spread and just catch some of that, some of those prices there on Ford. But yeah, nothing too crazy happening on there. Let's take a quick look at the volume leaders as well. The market's
starting to go
fresh
upside
highs
here.
there. What is this Tesla doing? Oh boy, there goes AppLovin. We made it low at 280s, coming right back up into 290. So I was looking for a 10-point run off the 290s into 300. It gave it to me off the 280. So it's okay. We get back to it later if it does show up. But that 300 might be incoming if we do start to continue to break trend over and over again on that name. But let's go through some of these volume leaders on the day today. Ford, we just talked about this one here. Ford is one of the volume leaders, one of the top ones. Nvidia coming in at second place here, still trading in and around VWAP. NIO was an interesting look in the pre-market, doing relative volume, and it had sold off. And I'm pretty sure I heard Adira mentioning something about it having its own catalyst in the morning session. But look at that. We reclaim some of those prices. We revert a little bit of that action and still consolidating in and around that mid-morning to midday session kind of prices around this $4 area here on NIO. Tesla, of course, I know everybody's got a little bit of an eye on Tesla. G-Tech wasn't really watching this one.
Oh, right. That was a clean energy name.
That was, okay, so yeah, that one kind of had a move in the middle of the day. You can see that I think this might have been executable if you were there and you were a little quick with the trigger finger there, back through the 250. Can't really get up to those highs, and look at that selling just slams right into the bid off of that break there. Maybe a buyer just getting out, seeing that buying pressure just dissipate in just over 1 3-minute candle as soon as the bid falls off. So that's interesting there. MLGO, we know that micro algo has been kind of on the radar for a lot of people over the past few days. We saw that it had a crazy run up on day one on Monday. The week is still not over here, Sean, as we continue to make higher highs and higher lows. We can see that yesterday, a little bit of a low volume day, but the price doesn't necessarily drop. I remember, if you guys remember, we talked about some of these liquidity traps, and today, look at that, nice little pop, push, failure to follow through with the selling on a low volume day, sustains some prior levels on top of that $10 level, and oh boy, coming in today, a little bit of a squeeze action there. Nothing really micro about that move off of the open there. Almost $11 all the way up to a high of 20, up about 81%. As of right now, just trading sideways in and around that VWAP level is MLGO. I know a lot of people trading Palantir. I know that Sean had a solid long off of the open there, off that 90. We talked about why that might have been an interesting level to look for buyers there, and definitely buyers were in charge in the morning session. As of right now, not as much. GME, Sean, oh boy. This was another one that was top of my list this morning. I even borrowed shares for this one because I was like, oh, this is looking good because earnings day one, nice gap up, nice consolidation. Maybe there's a trade there, maybe there isn't.
So
but
of course
they
shorted it.
They did an offering.
I know.
They did an offering off of earnings day one.
It's dirty.
And then continuation off of the open. So it's like anybody and everybody who got long on day one earnings, everybody's under the water. We can't get back through pre-market highs. We reject that reaction low of the offering that they had. Sure, you don't have to get involved in right off the morning, but look at that pullback. That pullback comes right into that VWAP, breaks that trend. So much confidence for the short. Did I have a single fill? Absolutely not, but definitely one of the better opportunities on the day. Let's go to Dara and see what's up.
Yeah.
This part of the show is brought to you by our friends at Foremost. Unlock the nuclear renaissance with Foremost Clean Energy, leveraging one of the biggest mega trends on the planet, nuclear energy. Partnered with Denison Mines with properties strategically located in the Athabasca Basin, known as the Saudi Arabia of uranium. This undervalued company is poised to capitalize on the exploding nuclear market, and they offer unparalleled growth potential. The future is nuclear. Foremost is your entry. On the NASDAQ under FMST and on the CSE under FAT. Or you can go to foremostcleanenergy.com for details. Back to you.
Thanks, Adara. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the for all the comments in the chat, man. We're trying to put on the best show we possibly can. And right there, we are short again into TQs. I just put on a little piece right now. The market is upside. You guys know that when we were down here, we were exiting out of some of this play. So right now, we're short at 63.20, giving this up here into the 40s. We're giving it into 50 to see if this wants to get upside. And it looks like it's trying to go. Good holds down there. I mean, we had sort of seen this bottom, was able to get out of it. So we're up on the Qs, but obviously if this breaks, we'll be pretty much flat on it for the day, which, you know, we never want to give back what we've made, but we're trying the short. And with the power hour right now, Obi, I didn't even realize it's almost 3:20. So that is another thing there. There was one other thing I wanted to talk to you about, but I can't remember what it is. So right now we'll just go over here and just tell everybody to join Adara and I tonight, as we do have Lululemon on board. Just 405, expected revenue of 3.57 billion. We saw Nike get hit pretty good there. Actually, Nike's earnings report was actually pretty good. It was more about the guide and looking forward for Nike, but revenue, EPS 585, so still looking to make some money. Implied move 9%. So previous move, not much. We'll wait to see what happens there. We just put that out. So join us tonight for that. So yeah, thank you for everybody. The recap show, Adara, myself, and a special guest tonight as well. So yeah, we're excited for that. Let's go ahead and try to see if there's anything else that is sort of interesting for us here. So all right, that's the TQs. We know the stop out. We're going to get stopped out in 15 handles from here. So that is that. I'm seeing Meta spiking up a little bit. We do like Meta. This has been a name that, again, to have missed the bottom is one thing, but you just had another opportunity today, and it's still here if you like it. It does spike right back down. So we talked about like missing Meta. There's not that much difference between 590. I mean, getting the very bottom, I can't. Like, what am I, Neil? Like, Neil's got long there apparently, not apparently, as he said, on Tesla at 222. Like, that was pretty much the bottom right there. So that would be pretty sweet if you're waiting at the 200 period for Meta, because you might have got a pretty sweet fill as well. So that name goes from 575 bottom, let's just say 580, if you're lucky enough to get that, all the way to 650. And now a little bit of a pullback in for Meta. So, okay, the TQs are about to come out. This market is really there, almost. This market's really rallying to the top side right here. So it looks like I have no problem slapping fails. We're not right. The market has gone up. Good thing, like we just put on a very small piece there. We never really, okay, if it breaks 51, we're out. Oh, we already got stopped out. Okay, so there it is, man. We have to slap a fail on that. We'll go red on the TQs. I mean, we just started trading it. It was good, and then now red on it. You know, nothing to really affect our day, but that kind of does suck. We don't ever want to lose on trades, but there's an opportunity right there for everybody to see. You know, we're honest. There's that out there for the TQs. I'm fine with it. I think as long as you can justify, you know, why you're in this. We just talked about it, the levels that we're looking at. Enjoy, you know, getting out when they win, and then obviously trying to be as honest about it when it loses. So we wind up actually taking a 20 handle hit there. Oh, sorry, 30 handles, which sucks. We were in the money 30. We're in the money 50 handles down there at the bottom. We could have cashed out there, but we didn't, waiting for a bigger move. So it just goes to show sometimes it's not necessarily worth waiting for that huge move. You can just scalp in and out. But hey, you know, I thought with Carney talking and, you know, tariff day, so on and so forth, that there would have been a little bit more of that, but that is what it is. So there it goes, man. TQ's now out. Me thinks about shorting again, but I think we'll pass on that one. I just see someone in the chat there. What's up, Bob? We remember you, Bob. How's it going, Bob? It's been a long time.
I know him, Bob.
Yeah. What's up, Bob? Yeah, Rivian. Perfect, man. Perfect day for Rivian. Up 10% today. Wow. Nice little move there, as many people are worried about manufacturing and what's going on here, south of the border, north of the border, but inside the border, Rivian is collecting dividends today because up 10% on news. So just on the tariff talk there with American-produced cars, maybe Rivian in there. We did want to also look at Toyota Motors. That was a name, again, Randy brought this, some of the Japanese car makers and whatnot, some of the Asian makers to our light today, saying that, hey, man, everybody's going to get hit on all of this. So Toyota not moving around, doesn't necessarily have the volume to actively trade it the way we do, but still, good moves today for Toyota, down just a little bit. VWAGY is Volkswagen. Okay, actually, they had to move higher there today. And I think just the best thing that would be, and I don't know enough about this, is what percentage of the cars are actually produced inside the U.S. and how that may be affecting it. Because earlier on today, we came in today, and Ford, for some reason, was up at 1050 in the pre-market and then just got hit pretty much all day. So I don't know what's up with that. And then GM as well here. Pretty choppy today. Obviously, this looks like a pretty great roller coaster, man. This is a great, really long and great, nice little upside there, and then downside. Then you climb that hill again. Then you go right down. Then you have an epic climb. Then right down. This looks like a great ride. So shout out to Cedar Fair and everybody like that. Take this GM chart and maybe make a roller coaster with it. But that's again pretty easy short. But I think you would have got stopped out here, and you may have even got stopped out right here. But playing off this 48 and change, I don't know if we're going to get back to there. But yeah, this 48.50 high, definitely worth shorting, in my opinion, if we get anywhere near there. So yeah, just a couple different stocks that we talked about. Hey, what's up, Stevenson? Right there. All right, there's your first day. You're going to get me and Joe going, man. And I mean, we had a lot of fun on that one. Joe couldn't stop laughing on the midday. Stevenson has been with Trade the Pool, and I think it's $90 a go here. I hope you're scanning our code, Stevenson. Save that 10% at least there and let them know you're coming from us. But yeah, he had missed 5 or 6 straight attempts.
Oh, for the evals?
Funding. Yeah,
Okay,
for the evals.
yeah.
I've never been in anything like that, but well, I guess we have it here. We have something similar, right? You get evaluated on your net here as well. But right there, what's up, Stevenson ETN? Right there, first day on my target. You met your target, bang. There we go.
Awesome.
So there you go. Congratulations, Stevenson. And it does take time. Always talked about his story, you know, how long it took and so on and so forth. Being patient and having the discipline and all that, and talking to more traders, and, you know, just getting different thoughts about strategies and whatnot. And I think that's what helps, because at the end of the day, we're all just human, and we're going to make, you know, trading mistakes. We're going to look for advice. We're going to look for, you've already talked about this many times, traveled around and sought advice of other traders, and that's great, and that's exactly what we need to do as a community, right? I hate these guys that are posting online, I just made $100,000 today, and and there are good ones too. There are traders that are honest that say they're down 7 figures, 6 figures, like, so there's good ones out there as well, but I just think that what we do on this show is very, very unique, as in showing the trades, talking about our entries, our exits, talking about risk management, having a good time, and being here every day live. That's the other thing, the other benefit that we have. We don't just don't turn on when the markets are hot. We're here every day talking about our journeys, and hopefully you guys are getting some value. So Stevenson, congratulations on meeting that first day target. Let's just I don't know how it works, but just understand how you made that, what that was. Look for those same setups tomorrow. If they're not there, you don't have to trade. You know, because you have one big day, and if you have followed that by 3 mediocre days, you wipe out that one day. Yeah. And you never want to go backwards, always forward. So thanks for that note, Stevenson, and congratulations, and keep going.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a long journey, man. It's like, sorry, you
No, go on. I want to say something about GME, so still talk about that, because it is a long journey.
Oh, of course, it's definitely one of the hardest things that you can do. Yeah, no, I was watching this really great video in this morning, and one of the traders, he was basically like, you've heard the stat that you know, like 90% of traders don't really make it, and then he kind of had a different perspective. He's like, the 10% do make it because those are the only ones that really put in the work. Yeah, right? Yeah. It's like it takes the time, it takes work. And it's definitely not easy. I'm still trying to figure a lot of things out. I'm nowhere near where I'd like to be, but I've definitely come a very long way. And I think that again, growth and improvement is definitely something that you want to be able to you want to strive for, right? And yeah, it's definitely a difficult journey. So I wish anybody who's attempting this best of luck. And yes, keep on the grind and stay locked in as best as you can. But that is the game that we play. Yeah, Tesla taking a little bit of a pullback here. Google, I'm long right now, but yeah, a little bit of a bid showing up there. At the top? It's been selling off pretty much all day. It's 3:30. I'm like, all right, well, if we're gonna break a little bit of a trend here on the day, you can see I've been watching it. I have been involved with it multiple times, kind of just like massaging the short here. We can take a quick look at this chart here. I just got to take this candle off because no, Google did not print at a price of 170 today.
Wait, what?
Let's go. Oh, and that chart's going to crash. So I just got to open it up right again and load it once more. Oh boy. All right. Okay. But I'll show it in a second. But yeah, no, there it goes. There it is loading up right there on goggles
That's up
right
at the
here.
top
So
of the TQs, it looks like.
you can see that. I've been involved with it multiple times, like right here. I had the idea to get short in the morning session, and I didn't really catch it right off of the open, but I did have eyes on it, and I was observing that, okay, well, sellers are still in charge. You can see that this is maybe not the best place to get long and where I'm at right now, but I am giving a little bit of a try, just being the last half hour, willing to lose on this and give a little bit back. But the trade was definitely a VWAP hold, and I was very nimble with it. I was like, all right, getting short there because I think that sellers are stepping in, and I see them stepping in on the tape, and I see the buyers getting met with resistance. I'm like, all right, well, this is where I'm looking for something to happen, and it's happening, so I want to get involved. And oh boy, that flush comes in and lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and lower lows along the way as well. So Google, a little bit of a continuation trade there. A bit cheeky for me, trying the long going into the end of the day. Let's see if we can get back up to VWAP. But the stop is there, and I don't care after the trade is on. I do have eyes on it, but this is what I found today, Sean, where I was just like, you know, I told you, I kind of sized down a little bit, and I'm just letting things kind of work. And it has been working pretty well. And we were talking about switching up the style. I was kind of coming in and trying to smash Intel pretty much every day. Not really the best.
No, I kind of hate it.
Best thing. But the thing is, like, Intel technically may be in play. Why you want to throw up? Yeah, I don't know. What's going on?
Yeah, it's just.
The
TQs.
Yeah.
Chart, Ramin, chart. I mean, come on. That chart too is fine. But I mean, this is what.
Oh boy.
This is what I mean. Put it back to that Lululemon thing. No, my chart was the right one. I just like this. Yeah, no, Obi was great, man. I mean, I love listening to Obi too. It's just like I was over here like throwing up right there. Like there's where we got stopped out. But whatever. I mean, it does go another 10 cents. This is trading, what we talked about, right? And so you were talking about holding out for VWAP. I mean, you wait for your levels and, you take your poison there and, that's okay. Yeah. Thanks. On the blockchain, I should have taken that short. I had the short.
Oh, good. On to the next.
No, it's all good, man. I mean, it's a green day is a green day, and we'll just keep on doing that. We like Green Day there, so American Idiot, that song?
I do know of the band. I do not know of the song. Yeah.
I like Green Day, man. Green Day is a really good song, man. Boulevard of Broken Dreams. That's a Green Day song, I believe.
No idea.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like some broken dreams here today, but no, all good, man. It is a little bit choppy there for sure. I mean, look, to be worried about the futures doing this kind of a move, that's 20 handles. It's just more overreacting for dramatic effect, which obviously did not work. So, all right, so that's what that is there on the market. Trying to hold something back and forth, it's tough. So there's Palantir. Palantir is kind of just going in one way, actually. They made that top there at 92.60. This is the kind of trading that I want to do. Oh, what I meant to do is this. Look, I don't own any GameStop shares, and I'm not going to, if you guys want to hold this or not, fine. But if I was a shareholder, I would never, ever get back into this name ever again. And the reason why is this. Forever, ever.
Ever?
Forever, ever? Forever, ever? 100% forever, ever. And the reason why, Obi, is because how are they going to put out that report yesterday? How are they going to have that whatever? I don't even know if they had a conference call.
How can she slap?
How could she slap? Do all this kind of stuff, right? Can you take a look at that?
Would you look at
that? And then all of a sudden, the very next day. So, okay, I like the report. It's good. I like the fact that they're into collectibles. I like, everything. It makes sense. This and that. They're on their way to profitability. It's great. Actually, they already are profitable. They beat. Everything was great, right? And then the very next day, so just as you're trying to be convinced about holding on to your shares, the very next day they come to market with a $1.3 billion, I think it was, offering, share offering, and just go like, oh, you believed in us yesterday? Well, guess what? The very next day, right after earnings, and just planned, they dropped that offering on you all the way down to the downside again. So it's like, they finally put out a report that you like, and maybe you start to believing in the company once again, and then quadunk. So you guys tell me as shareholders, like, is that cool? Like, I'm not in it, but it's just some traders actually, and we talk about the 3-day rule with buying shares, but again, like, if you bought GameStop yesterday, you like the quarter, you're in the position, maybe you're long from time. I don't know what your position is, but at the end of the day, this sucks, man. Day after earnings, like, let the stock breathe a little bit, give traders a chance, especially those that took a risk with you and actually put some of their life savings or hard-earned money or whatever it is into your stock, only to believe in what you've been doing over the last quarter into the next quarter. Hey, I like the forward guide. I like all of that, right? But then whap, right there, down 25%.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
that's pretty, yeah, it's pretty wild.
I don't know. I'm not even looking at the chat. Like, I don't know if people are involved in this or not, but at the end of the day, it's that kind of stuff. And look, man, I'm sorry I get excited about trades. I'm sorry I get passionate about when we talk about this stuff. But at the end of the day, I know, and I didn't lose any money in this. I just think stuff like that is just like when you see Ryan Cohen posting up pictures, hey, I'm beside Michael Saylor, and we're all buddies, and this and that, and chicken tendies and all that stuff. It's all great when it's fun, but at the end of the day, there's real money in all of this, and there's people that get hurt by this kind of stuff. So congratulations, anybody that was short. There's always two sides to everything, but it's just a tough go. That's all. I feel that it is a tough go. But if you lost a little bit of money during this, well, then you can just scan that QR code right there, and you can grab eSignal, and the first month is on us. So right there, so you get that going through. You can scan it. All these scanners that Obi and I are looking at are available on eSignal. I use them every single day to find these things, and they even have news. So if you're watching GameStop, that news would have dropped in the after hours, and you'd been like, what the heck? So you can get that Dow Jones Newswire. Very much a wide array of tools there with our good friends at eSignal. So please get over there, help us, grow the show. Scan that QR code right there. Give them a try. eSignal, it's a charting platform that I use. So I like that, and I like that a lot. So that's eSignal, guys.
Yeah, no, I think to continue what you were talking about on GME, yeah, definitely that can be not very pretty when a company raises some funds like that. And definitely investors have to be wary of them. They've done this in the past, so it's definitely nothing new. But as traders, again, we're just at the end of the day, we're just middlemen who are just in the middle of shuffling some paper around, right? So at the end of the day, you got to remember the purpose of the markets is for those publicly traded companies to raise money, right? So at the end of the day, they are fulfilling their purpose. And if you're standing in the way of that purpose, sometimes it can't be. Sometimes it's not that pretty, but definitely got to remember that. And yeah, GME definitely maybe needs a little bit of that funding to get back up on their feet. I don't know what their cash position's like right now, but I remember sometime last year or a couple years ago they were sitting on something really pretty there. Let's see what they do with this one here. They're saying they're going to buy some Bitcoin. Let's see if that's the case. But it should be an interesting watch. But definitely one to put down into my journal, and maybe a little bit of playbook as well when they have that earnings day one push and then offer right down to the close, and then we get a gap down the next day. What is the probability of continuation? As of right now, sample size equals 1, and it's 100%, but I definitely have to collect some more, do some maybe back testing and forward testing. It's a very specific set of events, right? So let's see if I can find some of those ones. If you guys remember any instances of that happening, please throw it up in the chat. I would like to know, because I'd have to go back and kind of try to figure that out. So the question is, do you know any company, any publicly traded company that had earnings day one, and at the end of the day, they did an offering? Throw up the names in the chat. I'm sure I can go and find those dates. There, I definitely want to run that little bit of a back test on that one there. But
remember, they needed money to. I mean, they're trying to build that Bitcoin reserve and everything like that. It's not. They didn't do anything illegal. I mean, it's
not
allowed.
illegal.
It's just.
It's not scammy. It's not like it's distasteful. I can agree that it's very distasteful, but they're doing what the market does, and they're just doing their purpose. So at the end of the day, like, who am I to really kind of, just got to buyer beware.
Right. In everything, right? I mean, you could.
That's why I like to short sometimes. Anyway, but don't want to get squeezed out on that one.
Do you ever favor, like, for me, I don't, I try to get in my mind which way I believe the day is going to go. And I try to think about that on my way into work. And I look at the market pre-market, and I look at a few different names, and I try to think like, sort of like, okay, unless something changes from my drive in, and then between now and 9:30, I mean, we're live every day at 8:30. So we have an hour where we talk about all of this with everybody. Yeah. But do you ever initially have a bias, or right? So do you look at the market, or you just look at stocks?
So I'm looking at a little bit of both, and I know that I can't really expect the stock to really do the same kind of market move. It could be disconnected, it could be whatever. But yeah, coming into yesterday, that's a great question, Sean, because yesterday was literally that literally happened to me yesterday. Okay. I came into the market thinking, okay, we closed very, very strong. I was looking at Tesla here specifically, and I'm like, okay, I want to look for the continuation long on Tesla coming into the open. And it kind of gapped down. We gave back a decent chunk of that move on the after hours. Coming in, I was like, okay, we're still holding above some of these prior days prices. We saw some supply maybe in and around here, but the bid was aggressive. The market was pretty nice with the tailwind as well. So again, on Tesla, I was looking for the continuation long, and I had written down that, yeah, my bias is a long bias, and this is my execution of how I'm going to get into the long. And I wrote down that whole plan. Right. Coming in, I'm watching the tape. I see the flush off the open. I'm like, all right, well, sellers are in charge right off of the open, so I kind of want to step away. I thought about a long back through on the 280 hold and that 281, but I was like, let's be patient. Let's wait for that pre-market high to kind of come in. But interesting price action right here. I was watching, again, if you were watching the tape here, pretty aggressive in that 284s, where just the buyers were wiping into the ask, and the sellers were wiping into the bid there as well. And pretty aggressive action both ways. But what you saw was the way that the buyers were wiping into the book was distinctly different than the selling. The selling was so much more aggressive. So I was patient, and I was like, all right, well, if the selling is aggressive, let's wait for that bid to break. Let's wait to see it on the chart. VWAP starts to hold. I like the short. I think I did get a little bit short there off of that action. But yeah, I totally flipped the plan. I had to adapt and change real time based off of the action that I was seeing. Even though I didn't plan out the short, oh boy, imbalances. I'm getting too excited. But yeah, it is 342, and that imbalance alarm is going off as of right now. So about 8 more minutes until those imbalances come in. But yeah, no, I had to flip the script and switch the other way. And yeah, that's a beautiful thing about sometimes being a trader, is that you are very nimble. You don't necessarily have a strong bias. And something I want to bring back is I forget where I get this from, but it's definitely something that stuck with me, is strong opinions loosely held, is the mindset that I'm trying to go with. I have a very strong opinion about going long off of the open. I see the market, the price action, and the chart showing me that sellers are potentially in charge, and then they confirm that they're in charge. So I let go of that. Now, days where I get into real trouble, Sean, is when I'm not following. Right, exactly. When I am strongly focused, and I'm like, oh, I am so anchored to my bias, and I just keep on chopping myself up, keep on fighting the trend, and that's when I'm not being nimble, and that's something we all definitely struggle with. But those are some of my worst days, and that's something I'm trying to get better with. That is definitely a very strong reason for my tail end risk, fighting the trend. So that is something I'm trying to improve on, and it is definitely getting less and less, a little bit better over time. So
yeah, good. I like that. Yeah, I mean, one step at a time, and I mean that's the whole thing. Like, be able to comfortable enough to flip up that bias, but I think it's important that you do follow it and follow your instincts as much as you possibly can. I mean, we came up with that graphic about being confident with your positions, but at the end of the day, how confident were we? There's the TQs. Look at that, guys. Would you take a look at that? All the way down again. So, yeah, confident enough to take the trade, but confident enough to punch out as well. Confident in our own skin to punch out. This is the thing, like, as you had mentioned there, if you're going to be wrong, you better be wrong at some point, because if it just keeps on going there, where's the stop out? And then all of a sudden you look back over and it's like, wait a second, that my day. What happened? And then it's gone on one bad idea. We can trade 3 names today. We'll be negative on TQs, but well positive, obviously, on Tesla right there, as that's been quite a jam. Hasn't done much this afternoon. It had spiked up to 280, though, a couple of times. Yep. The imbalances are just minutes away now, or 5 minutes, so we're getting pretty close onto that one. So thanks for the reminder there. And then Palantir, positive day. Always could have made more, of course, but exited mainly out at VWAP, mainly out in the middle here of that initial move. So traded Palantir early and not late. Palantir right now baselining for sure down there at 91. So quick look at Lulu. So again, coming into what is going to be hopefully a good earnings report there for Lululemon. They're holding pretty good today, up 1.2%. That's good, right? So we're happy with that. Lululemon right here. If we're going to make a prediction on what we think is going to happen just based on where the chart is right now, you guys let me know in the chat. Put up if you think it's going to be, a W for a win or an L for a loss. Can we think of something better than that? But yeah, just to think about what you guys thought about Lululemon. I like the fact that it's bounced off the 200 period. I think that we're close enough there that even if it is a little bit of a bad report, we did talk about the expected move. You know, Nike reported good, so I could see Lululemon doing something similar to that. So we'll look to see if there is anything in there. But I would say you're nicely supported. You do have that bottom there. If it does go down 10%, then you're coming right into 310 again. So that's kind of the implied move. So I don't mind what we're seeing there in Lululemon, and especially if you do come back in, you're just going to get to that 200 period again. So something to think about for Lululemon. If it does drop in, what about a 317? What about a 310? What about trying to buy some of these bottoms, which actually, if we zoom back out a little bit here, it's right into there. So this is what, when I was looking at this earlier, I was kind of thinking about it, and that is that this level right into here, maybe that's the bottom. That's 300. That's 294. So we'll see how bad that report is going to be. This time last year, so the March quarter last year, if we go over to March, looks like it was a -1 as we started to print. There it is right there. This is March 21st last year. So I'm going to make an easy prediction here and say that was probably the earnings. Not good. So they've just recovered, basically recovering from it right now. We'll see if we can get up to there. If it's 10% the other way, then you're into 370 or something. So a lot of people there. Thank you. So that makes sense. Yeah. Lulu's with the L's. I like that there. So a couple W's, a couple L's. It looks like the L's are a little bit overwhelming there to Lululemon shareholders. So we'll see if there is going to be a good report coming through for them. But yeah, I don't know. Athletic wear. We talked about that with Joe. Was talking about Jim Shark. Was that right? No, Jim Monkey? I don't know what it was.
Shark, yeah.
Yeah. So
Jim Shark. We could come up with a competitor brand, Jim Monkey.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So these guys, anyways, at the end, Monkey Jim? I don't know. Monkey Jung,
just getting us to say weird.
No. Those Jungle Gym. That's why I was doing this. I was thinking about my kids climbing them.
You didn't have me falling off the stage, Ramin.
Jungle Gym.
Which is Jungle Gym, yeah. The
jungle monkeys. Monkeys are located in jungles, so that would make a lot of sense.
That's a valid point.
You know, so I mean,
astute observation.
Good on you, Ramin. I mean, that's a very
size on
astute
the bid,
observation.
277 halves. All right.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sometimes you just got to point them out.
Yeah. Thank you, Ramin, for that one. So anyways, this TQs is really starting to make me a little sick as we start to go a little bit lower. What your Tesla. So I just want to say we are coming into imbalances right now. So I always talk like this. I'm generally the only one in anything at this time. I mean, Neil's in them too, but we always talk about watching out for the imbalances. So, you know, with only 2 minutes to go, I'm in nothing right now, which is kind of surprising, which is what I'm saying. Normally I'm in something, but what are you thinking? Do you normally get out ahead of the imbalances? So would you play with it a little bit?
As of like what I'm realizing is like I kind of like I said was trading Intel a little bit frequently. I'm trying not to do that as much, but again, observing, being involved in a ticker all day and being like, okay, I've seen some of this price action, and it's kind of pretty dominant. I've been getting a little bit more comfortable with holding stuff into
monkey bars.
Monkey bars.
That's what I was.
That was it? Maybe.
No, someone in the chat.
Monkey bars are found in the jungle gym.
Right.
So maybe that was a little
and
bit.
And most playgrounds?
But, I think I've been getting a little bit more comfortable. I think at the end of the day, definitely got to protect against any sort of swipes. So that's what the stops are for. Definitely when the trade is working, I am more likely to wait and see how we close, and if that closing imbalance will give us any sort of shake and bake or aggressive action. And again,
we
to
go.
stop being in definitely is that safety net. And yeah, so I do. So it's really dependent sometimes. I think as of right now, I think I'm okay with holding either of these. Like I said, just a breadcrumb on Tesla. Just seeing, just kind of going through the motions of trying to hold a position for a majority of the day, even into the close, even through some of the imbalances that might come in. We can see that over the past couple of days, Tesla has been running up into its close, and today kind of trading sideways. Like I said, I just pointed out there was distinctly different, not necessarily significant, but there was a few hundred lots on 277 halves. Price kind of ran away from them, so I'm observing that. I have no idea what it means, but that was the observation that was made. So let's see, market still holding above that 20 thou level here, going into these imbalances. 2 seconds left. Boom. What do we see, John? You got that imbalance up. Tesla selling off a little bit here.
Yeah, the futures are also tanking.
Yes.
Okay, man. Yeah, good job there. OB, as there goes Nvidia, man. 4 million to the downside as well.
You okay? Would you like some water?
I'm fine. What's worse is going to happen? You know, it might be good TV. All right, so there goes to the downside. Congratulations, Obi. There it is, man. The Diamond Hand Man is in the building one more time. There it goes. So thanks, Obi, for all the talk here today. There it goes to the downside. I hope Neil's enjoying the game. I have to check the score. Put the score of the Jays game there in the chat if you guys have it. Nice move down, 275. Right now going lower right there as that imbalance strikes. Nice move there for Tesla. Apple downside as well. You know, normally we can see what these... Actually, I could just go check this. I don't know. Maybe it's in the chat there sometimes. There it is. Yeah, so the market is 800 million to buy, but the NASDAQ is 500 million to sell. So net on the NASDAQ sell, net on the market buy. Apple, there it is, downside. Oh, there's your Google. So you're actually in that one as well. That was
I got stopped out.
Got stopped out. Okay, so even though that was a bid, that came down.
Yeah.
So all good on that. I was just saying that because it was a buy. Other than that, not much. Oh, Uber's a buy. Like this stock, you guys know that I'm in this name as well. Kind of feel Uber, you know, like the name, like the spot they're in. Not really a tariff-related name. Uber could work as a tech play moving forward. Tesla.
We're headed straight into that low a day, man.
Yeah, man. So there it goes. We were only short rate. Look, Tesla, it's too bad that it might go red. But again, a big sell imbalance there hitting the market for sure. Oopsies, we just got rid of Nvidia, but there it is. It's Nvidia that is a big sell imbalance. Like, this is a big one. Nvidia just went down there. It's only down 80 cents, but it's a nice move. Like, that is straight from, wow. Look at the TQs. Look where we got stopped out $1 ago right there. Confidence high, out, not good. But there it goes, man. Nice move. Look, we're happy with it. We're glad that we're in that trade. We can't get them all, but we did have that. I hope you guys held on to it. Good move to the downside right now. Tesla crashing, Nvidia making that move. Ford getting right back into the low of the day, close enough anyway, so that's a downside play there as well. Nothing else really on here, man. TLT, I don't know if you like the treasuries in this environment, but they're trying to work out as well. But so far there today, nice downside moves into the close. Congratulations, great trade there on Tesla. Glad that you held that move, obviously. So there it is, man. Good job so far. Wow, the TQs just continue to go lower, man. That's too bad. This was a day, our day's already made, but it would have been nice little nightcap, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, this Tesla. So the low a day as of right now is 270.34. We're trading 273s, kind of breaking some prior structure. Let's see. This was the first kind of hold in this 273s off of the open, the little pullback hold on VWAP. So we're taking some of those. Maybe not taking those players out, but definitely the short-term longs that got involved in that area a little bit sweaty here into the close. So if 273 breaks, what are the chances we go down to 270? I have no idea, but let's see if some of those stops get hit and if the selling becomes a little bit more aggressive. The NASDAQ back down to 20,000. Oh boy, that 290 was definitely a little bit of a high a day. What a beautiful, beautiful lick grab there. I got to document that one here. Google back to the downside. So like I said, held through the imbalances, but look, I didn't even get slipped that much on my stop. I think my stop was like 60, 63, 64s. I got out 63, 64s. There on Google. That's 162, 63s there. Here it comes, 272 halves. It's still 15. I was gonna say 15:53 because I use a 24-hour clock. But it is 3:53 as of right now. One more minute left until some of these imbalances potentially get paired. I'm just asking myself, do I just hold? I might as well just hold. What do we do if we wipe up to 280? I really, at this point, the market is flushing like crazy. Let's see what happens in the next 6 minutes, Sean, as again, sellers once again show themselves to be in charge going into the end of the day today. Interesting stuff here. 20,000 still holding as of right now on the NASDAQ. Not really seeing anything too crazy here on these imbalances other than Nvidia, which is a 5 million to sell. So where did my trading view go? So yeah, I want to look at what Nvidia is doing real quick. Nvidia. So there's a little bit of a bid here. Let's see what Nvidia is doing on that sell imbalance. Oh boy, so yeah, that sell imbalance is definitely bringing in Nvidia here. I don't know what the market imbalance is as of right now, but yeah, a lot of those things back at my desk here. New York, we got some Ford on there. We got some Ford, some TD, some CNQ on New York as well. Pfizer's usually up there, not really up there today. So interesting stuff there nonetheless. I got a question for you guys. What was your best trade today? I think in terms of best opportunities on the day, I kind of spoke on it earlier. In my opinion, relative to my playbook, I think that GME was probably one of the best opportunities on the day. In terms of reversions, definitely Tesla, one of the top ops as well for reversion, for the reversion playbook there on Tesla. So that was a bit of a miss there on my part. But let's see what Adara has to say.
Brought to you by our friends at Trade the Pool. Our friends from Trade the Pool are back to Trader TV. Trade the Pool is a game-changing platform that caps your risk while giving you the opportunity to make real shares using company capital. That means no more risking your savings. Trade the Pool now offers an unlimited trading period during the evaluation phase. No pressure, no rushing. Take your time, perfect your strategy, and get funded on your terms. Remember, your losses are capped at a one-time evaluation fee, and your profits are unlimited. Head to tradethepool.com and start trading now.
All right, thanks, Derek. Yeah, go over to Trade the Pool. Go check those guys out and see what they're all about. We've had a lot of traders go over there and check them out. So, we trade at Real Trading on a prop floor as well. So some of the trading that Obi and I will be doing and things like that can be replicated. And you can follow us and understand how we're taking those trades, what we're looking at, what we're thinking. And, Trade the Pool. Thanks for that. Unfortunately, our Real Trading is not available right now in the United States. So if you are outside the United States, do check out Real Trading ASAP for all of your prop needs. But thanks, Trade the Pool, again. And we're going to have a guest from Trade the Pool coming on the After Hours recap show, which is with Adara and I, where we will be going over the one name today that will be reporting of any significance. That will be the Lululemon. And again, another Canadian company. I don't know. I was looking. Oh, here. I ripped off this tag yesterday. You know how I don't know if you know, like these are the tags that are on, like they are so huge. I don't know. I'm not even sure you're supposed to rip them off or not. Yeah. But I was looking on here, designed in Vancouver. Designed, but not made in Canada, of course. Made in the Vietnam. So this one's Indonesia. Right here, so
great clothes from that part of the world.
So, anyways, just wanted to say that. So we'll look to see what's going on there with again.
Now saying Sebastian.
Look at Apple now. Yeah, we do want to. Sebastian wants to talk about. We'll talk about gold. We'll talk about silver and gold in the after hours, as those guys are flight safety risks, flight to safety for both gold and silver. We'll talk a little bit about that in the after hours. But Obi, okay, I'm going to get out of here because I just realized I haven't logged in or anything over there on the main desk. So I'm going to say peace to you. Thank you so much for covering for our guy Neil. He'll be back in there tomorrow. And you're always hanging around. So
I'm here.
We'll talk to you tomorrow as well. So all right, thanks Obi, and great trading there. Still in the Tesla. So,
oh boy, yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, might do a last-minute punch, might hold into the close. We're still allowed to trade until 4:15, 4:30, 8 o'clock,
yeah, exactly.
whenever we want.
Blue Ocean, whatever.
Maybe we want to hold on to this one a little bit here. into the after hours, and we'll see how that one works. But yeah, no, what a crazy trading day. What a crazy trading week. Tomorrow is already Friday, guys. That is absolutely wild. This week has flown by. And what crazy moves that we've had. Some Tesla moves, some Tariff moves as well, and a lot of action and spice in the markets here. And hopefully you guys have been hopefully you guys have been involved in exercising on these opportunities, taking those reps, taking those trades, and maybe catching some of that P&L as a byproduct of good decision making and good trading as well, hopefully. So yeah, shout out to you guys for sticking with us throughout the day. Hopefully you guys learned a thing or two. Shout out to Sean and Neil again for the show. And Neil will be back tomorrow as well. We got 10 seconds left. I'm watching this Tesla and I see Adara at the bell. Oh, the timer, oh boy. Don't forget, we are brought to you by Foremost Clean Energy. That's FMST on the DAC and FAT on the CSE. Thank you very much, Adara, for that. That bell is getting a little bit, not as loud as it used to be, I think. The bell, I think they might have changed. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Fabian there. All right, so right here, you know what? Tesla is where it is. I'm going to give it a couple minutes. I'm going to keep watching it. The bell is still ringing, telling me maybe get out of my position, but no, not just yet. But thank you all for joining us today. We will see you guys tomorrow, and I think they're ready for us at the desk. Don't go anywhere. We got Sean and Nadera with the market recap. Let's see what earnings we have. Take care, guys. See ya.
All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're really happy to be joining you one more time here. Okay, what's up, Fabian? On the market recap show. Hey, we'll go over here. Okay, what's going on? Did anyone find out what the Jays score was, by the way? All right, we've got Lululemon coming through. We've got GameStop to talk about. You know my feelings on that one. We have the NASDAQ going out near the lows, man. Not a good sell-off there at the end of the day for the NQs, winding up down 0.6. So the NASDAQ starting to go downside there today. We will talk about some of the up markets. We promised Sebastian that we would talk about gold. We have silver and gold coming through as well. Uranium down today. We'll talk all about that. That's what it looks like here on the daily chart. We make a little bit of a move today back in, down 8% this month. Right there on Trade Ideas. Thank you for that one with the TQQs. The SPY, I think, as well, pulled back at the end of the day as well. Yeah, so both of these names not going out quietly at the lows, but close enough to it. We never like when we see this kind of action right there in the last half hour, but we did see it today. So congratulations to all the shorts that were able to pick some of those tops and take advantage of that. So there's a nice move back in. We did have a move down lower today, of course, as we begin to watch out the tariff talk. We did have autos on our mind today. Some great trading. TSLA. Some great trading with Tesla today early. Huge move up, man. The longs really cashed out. Again, look at those pre-market levels. Maybe I can just zoom back out a little bit. So this held, right? That held that 270 perfectly there, and you had nothing to worry about. Straight up $20. Before giving it all back in Tesla today, I think in a day when we had a lot of tariff talk and a lot of automotive issues, Tesla being up today, I think a lot of us would take that, considering where we were in the pre-market. We did have a downside move, made it all the way back, and then there's that move. So definitely disappointing from that top to bottom, but at the end of the day, Tesla still holds out. We'll check tomorrow, man. We'll write down 270. We'll check tomorrow to see if that's going to be a play or not. Days away now from the official launch of April 2nd, 25% tariffs. Okay, there it is. The Jays are down 2-0, as Neil was talking about us having the more dominant pitcher. So we'll find out what happened there. Jays down 2-0 right now in the second. All right, that's Tesla. Nice move to the downside. The markets did open up despite having a stronger than expected GDP reading, which is really nice to see. I think that GDP will obviously change as we start to hear more and more about this, but that was good, man. So good recovery there in the market. Then we had some moves back and forth. We had Apple, actually, one that I know Obi was trading there. But Apple really strong today, up that 1%. So we'll go back, we'll find out supply chain issues, maybe not there for Apple. We'll figure out what's going on there. But a nice move back for Apple as they're just coming off their bottom of 218. So, 218, what am I talking about? 210 there for Apple. Wow, nice move back there for AAPL as that name continues to work as well. All right, executive order signing from President Trump, of course, again at 2 p.m. We saw that. Fed's Barkin and Collins at 4:30, so they're coming out too as well. Bitcoin, third straight red day, but where did we end up there for Bitcoin, though? All right, so IBIT again, yeah, kind of flat there at the end of the day, only 0.5, but that's on the daily chart. I guess Bitcoin had a little bit of a strong move there in the middle of the day, pulls back with the NASDAQ, though. Crypto and BTC trying to hold out. What I have for them right now is a nice little level of 88 and change for BTC, so they're holding out right here. This is just Binance. We'll zoom this out a little bit. This is the day. This is a 15-minute chart. Nice hold right there. I just said 88. We're not at 88 right now, not according to this. We're at 87 and change. So we refresh that, holding down there, 87 change right now for Bitcoin. Nice day for them. I say nice day, but I'm just glad that Bitcoin's holding some of these levels.
Yeah.
We had a great move down into 76, which has not been seen again. So that could be something, especially with the NASDAQ being crushed yesterday. Was really nice to see where we wound up with Bitcoin and IBIT. So a nice move. All right, there's a lot of traders talking about gold. Sebastian wanted to talk about this a little bit. Look at that run up in gold. Gold today making all-time highs above 3,000, going out at about $3,080. You know, at a little higher than that right now. This is the thing about gold. We've talked about this as it having a spot in your portfolio. Gold has always been known as a flight to safety, meaning that if you're a little nervous about equities and you're looking to hedge a little bit, obviously you could do that through the options market, but just a simple straight trade
Lululemon earnings.
with GLD. Okay, Lulu's now out. We were waiting for that for 405. So Lululemon now out, and Lulu L Lemon right now downside. It's looking like this is coming in. What's up? Thank you so much for your nice comments in the chat. But it looks like Lululemon right now, Adara, getting hit. I don't have Benzinga in my ear. Are they out? Or
Yeah, they're out.
Okay, so let's go. Lululemon right now. We have to remind everybody, though, that this show is sponsored by Profit X. Get on that website immediately if you are a gambler. Thank you, Profit X. Better odds, peer-to-peer. It's like day trading, but sports gambling. Let's go, man. What's going on with Lululemon? A nice move down here.
Yeah, so from what I'm seeing so far, I always like to, okay, so here we have the official Benzinga estimates. They beat on GAAP EPS, so shout out to Profit X. Lulu making some profit, the other kind of profit
I like
here.
that.
$6.14 GAAP earnings per share versus $5.85 expected. That is a hearty beat. And sales here coming through at $3.611 billion. That is also above estimates here of $3.573 billion. Now, for their guidance for Q1 2025, they're expecting revenue between $2.34 and $2.36 billion. That is below estimates of $2.39 billion. So again, Lululemon here able to squeeze out some nice profit and revenue this year or for this quarter, but their guidance not so great. I do want to also go over some of the year over year, if I may. So net revenue here up 13% year over year. America's net revenue up 7% year over year. International net revenue up 38%.
So what's wrong with the stock?
Year over year. It's the guidance.
Right.
And then the other thing too for the fiscal year, because that was just for the quarter, fiscal year net revenue up 10%. And then international revenue up 34%. So Lulu had a great year and a great quarter internationally.
Right. So, I mean, I think that's what it's all about when we talk about what these earnings are. It's not about what they've come up with. It's what they're guiding forward, right? And I just think that in this environment right now, it's very dangerous to guide anywhere. I'm pretty nervous about the upcoming earnings season if this is what we're going to see. I mean, beat all over the place, and Lululemon right now down 5%. So there it comes right back into the downside. We were talking about an expected move for Lulu to come back into the 200 period moving average. It's right there right now. Your 200 period moving average is at 319. So right now, it's not Austin 316, but Lululemon right now downside for the day. So what's up with the guidance?
So that we already went over the revenue guidance. That was a miss. For next quarter, they're seeing revenue between 2.34 and 2.36 billion,
yeah.
But unfortunately, it's actually more likely what analysts were looking for. There was 2.39 billion, so they guided below analyst estimates. Now for Q1 EPS, they're guiding $2.53 to $2.58. That's well below estimates of $2.74. Also for the fiscal year, they're guiding earnings between $14.95 and $15.15 per share.
Yeah.
That is well below estimates here of 1538. So again, I have not seen their fiscal 2025 revenue guide, but their fiscal 2025 EPS guide was a miss. Q1 revenue and EPS both miss guide.
Chef Joe, you're a funny guy. He says $100 for underwear, can't do it. Well, try them on. I mean, I like them. And it's not $100, man. You get like 3 pairs for like $40 or something like that. But anyways, there goes Lululemon downside. And yeah, it is going to be about the guide, right? We, we've talked about that over and over again. Lululemon downside. Is Nike catching any strays right now? Not really. Nike, a nice downside move into $65 right now, goes NKE. So Nike, again, there's their earnings day, this big yellow line. And we can see right here, Nike on earnings, something very, very similar. So I just think if you're looking at, look at Under Armour. I was going to say athleisure. That's right, I think. Downside for UAA as well. This is Under Armour. Many of these retail names continue to get hit to the downside. So it looks like we'll have to wait for that. And again, Lululemon, just to go over what they were talking about. Lululemon sees forward 25 earnings per share, EPS, between the range of $14.95 to $15.15 when their expected range was $15.30. So, their expected number was $15.30. So the range, not even their expectation is not even in range. Their range is lower, $14.95 to $15.15 versus $15.30. So they're underwater right there on their report for forward earn. But again, great quarter, but there's a miss there. Is it a sandbag? That's what I think Nike and these guys are going to do, is they're going to guide lower in hopes that they can get that number back to the upside and have themselves a nice recovery day, hopefully next quarter, in the future quarters as we get this all sorted out. All right, man. I mean, today was a very, very interesting day for many reasons, right? I mean, we did have a big report yesterday that we talked about, and that was GameStop. Look at Lululemon's chart, first of all. Like this name, we talked about winner or loser. Sometimes the chart just tells you what's about to happen. Lululemon on the daily, really no love. Like a lot of hatred in this space and a lot of downside pressure. This gap definitely got filled and now going lower. Watch out for Lululemon. But look, we talked about GameStop. This is just such a nasty little island candle up there. That was earnings from yesterday. And then all of a sudden, after hours, boom, 1.3 billion. What it was a convertible note. So GME had its worst session since June of 24. So we go all the way back to the summer, so like 8 months back, after announcing a 1.3 convertible note offering, right? So that's probably going to, what basically is like is shorting the shares, raising the capital, then getting this back in here at $22. So it should settle down at the end of the day. They've got that offering. They've got the money. Now we'll have to wait to see where they put that. And we've talked about them possibly starting a Bitcoin reserve fund. So without going into too many details, they get spanked today. Will it hold? That's really the question. Today is over with. So if I'm looking at GameStop, you're just seeing it right here, 21 to 21.50, right back into a decent level. So if you like the stock yesterday, today's the bad news, but it doesn't change the story moving forward. So that's what I wanted to say. Maybe I didn't get that clear enough when I was talking with Obi there on the midday. And that is that, look, do I like GameStop as an investment? Not really. But it is pulled right back into a key level right there where you could buy it. I like GameStop at that level. I think it's worth holding. You break 20 out of there for GME. You never know when those chicken tendies will come in handy again. You like chicken fingers?
I enjoy a solid chicken finger, chicken nugget. You know what has the best tenders in my opinion? Okay, Chick-fil-A, the grilled ones are really dope, but my favorite has to be, drum roll please. Yes, Ramin Nugget. It's Popeye's chicken tenders, the mild with the buttermilk ranch. So good.
Okay.
And I don't even go to I haven't been to Popeyes in months. When I go to Popeyes, that's all I order.
Yeah, so my kid a couple weeks ago.
So he loves the Cajun fries, you said.
Yeah,
right?
that was, good memory, yeah. So he got the chicken fingers that day as well.
Oh my God,
with the side Cajun fries.
It's funny to get them for the fries though, because of anything, sometimes I just don't finish the fries.
He likes the fiery barbecue sauce though. I know. Yeah, buttermilk ranch.
Okay, Ramin and I have the same Popeyes order. I love that.
I love that too. Maybe we should get Popeyes then. We could get some Chick-fil-A. I mean, we talk about trying to get some lunch around here. So there we go, Chick-fil-A. Oh, we get lunch every day anyways, but Chick-fil-A. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. We should have to think of something else. I mean, we get a lot of super chats. We want to thank everybody for that. Thank you all.
Caffeine?
More caffeine-related things? Yeah, that would work for me too. 3,500 of you staying with us, and I want to thank you for that. We do have a brand new guest getting ready, locked and loaded, to come through here. So that should be very, very good. I have never bought. What's up, M. Kelsey? What does it say here? Sean has a cool story about how he bought Lulu in his long-term account, and I was way early on Lulu. So I bought Lulu. Yeah, I got it. I bought Lululemon an extremely long time ago because it was a Canadian company. And then I used to just buy things, and this is why I'm in Starbucks a long time ago. It's why when Target came to Canada, I bought Target immediately. Whenever I look over and I see like, hey man, someone's spending $200 and that someone is my wife on a pair of athletic pants, I'm just buying the stock and hoping that it continues to go forward. So that's kind of my story about what I do. And it was the same thing with Starbucks. It was like, what? Like, we're paying $7 for drinks. I am now into Starbucks, so that's fine.
I love Starbucks.
But, you know, you make a little bit of money on there. And I actually have the same thing with cell phones. It's like if your plan is with AT&T or something like that, sometimes buy the stock, you get that dividend, helps you pay for your cell phone bill. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but that's some stories that we have. Yeah. I have many stories.
Or get like Starbucks rewards, and then when you get drinks, you save.
That's what I did today.
Points. Yeah.
I got that coffee. It cost me 100.
What did you get?
It was nice coffee. It was 100 points, but I added, you can add on to it. Cold foam I added. So I got the carrot, all for free, all for the 100 points. Wow. Yeah, it's like that's your matcha thing.
Yeah, what I love about the points is I get crazy reward drinks because I know they will not charge me more. Shout out to Brian Nickel.
All right, it is time. We have Steve Tealman here, an analyst at Trade the Pool. So here we go, it's Trader Talk, let's go. Hello, Mr. Steve, how are you?
Hey, doing great. Thanks for having me on, Sean.
Hey, no problem. We've never been on together. And is this your first time on Trader TV Live?
Yes, sir. Thanks.
Well, then welcome to the best show on the planet right now. And yeah, we do this every single day. We are live, and we are super happy to have you on once, well, not once again, for the first time, and hoping to have you on again after this as well. So, all right, let's get going, Steve. I mean, this wild market, right? I mean, today we had this nice up and down move. We were trading Tesla like it was going out of style around here. Because this is my first time, speaking with you. What kind of trader are you? Maybe what's your role with Trade the Pool? Let's do a brief introduction to who Steve Tealman is.
Sure, absolutely. So I would classify myself as primarily a swing trader. I do like to scalp as well, but it's more of a supplementary aspect to my trading. I am a big fan of William O'Neill and the Can Slim school. So that's kind of where my edge lies, finding these big movers coming out of large bases and trying to capture the meat of that move in the sector leaders and the leading stocks in those sectors. With Trade the Pool, I do some streaming. I'm there every Tuesday. You can catch me live with Mitch and Michael over there.
Nice.
And yeah, I help whatever they need me to help with.
All right, great. If we're talking about bigger moves, has a name like Tesla, I mean, we've talked about that a little bit. We've seen about a 30%, was it 30% move in the last week or so? We had that bottom of in and around 220, 225, all the way back up to the 200 period moving average in here at 288. Were you tipped off to anything with Tesla? Is there any was there any indicators, technical indicators that potentially you use, or what were you looking at? And hey, the floor is open. We could talk about anything, but maybe we'll start with Tesla.
That's great. I was actually hoping we'd talk about it. This is perfect. So the biggest tip off for me is that it filled both of those gaps and then showed an immediate change in character and price action. So I got a little starter in Tesla long last Friday as the market reversed and posted that beautiful tail wick, that bottom wick that really showed that we're kind of cooking. So wild day today. I kind of wish I trimmed, but hey, that yeehaw 7% up and down was crazy. I saw you guys trading it. Great job.
Yeah, we were short early, and then we went long after that. And I don't know if we have this set up or not, but if you have charts you want to share, we can share the screen through this or not. It's fine. I have the charts up as well. So Tesla, he's trying to share? If you have a chart to share, you don't have to if you don't want to. We do everything live here, so we're going back and forth. So thank you, Steve, for all of that. All right, so what is your take? Like April 2nd, right? We're just around the corner right now. We've talked about that as being, a very, very important day for these markets. You know what I'm kind of feeling, Steve, though, is that maybe it's a nothing burger kind of day. Maybe it's just, it comes, a lot of these are already priced in. We saw a huge move today in Rivian, nicely cooking to the upside. And if we come over to the chart here today, Ramin, we can have a quick look at Rivian today taking out the 200 period. And really, I mean, this name $10.50 just 4 or 5 days ago, up to $13, giving traders that 25% move almost immediately. So Rivian starting to work on that. Other names such as Toyota Motors, some names to the downside. You could see that little candle down there making a nice move down for Toyota, down 3% today. Some other names like GM and Ford already coming to the downside. So what's your take about these tariffs and some of these moves that we've seen lately in some of the names we just discussed?
You know, Sean, I think we're in agreement on a lot of this. I think that there's a pretty high likelihood that does end up being a nothing burger. Options, the options seem to be priced for a pretty binary move, but you know, I'm a big fan of the nothing ever happens camp, and it's so often that you'll see this volatility get crushed and provide a nice springboard for the market. So I gotta say, you know, I'm a longer term trader. I look at these longer term charts, and nothing is screaming panic to me yet. You know, we definitely have potential to be at the start of a bear market if this rally does fade, but I am inclined to believe that even if it is a dead cat, we get a nice move up. So I'd be looking for volatility to crush and to see that move continue to play out.
Thank you so much for being here with us, Steve. We've had a lot of intraday catalysts as of late. Pfizer's had intraday moves the last couple days. We also had AppLovin today, massive drop to the downside on its fourth short report in about a month. So are you an intraday news trader? Is that something you look at? I know you said more long-term, but is that something you'll take into consideration?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, I mean, all long-term moves have to start somewhere, right? So I try to keep my head in the game and keep tabs on all these intraday moves. It's a lot. I don't know how you guys do it. You guys are awesome, but yeah, there's a lot to keep track of, especially regarding the auto tariffs. I think that's very significant. I think a lot of the more a lot of the wider tariff risk might be overblown, but I do think that that's quite a significant catalyst that we need to keep our eyes on, for example, there.
All right, thanks, Steve, with that one. What about Lululemon? I mean, do you ever make any plays? I mean, we have some people that come on here, some analysts such as yourself, and they stay away from earnings. For me, I like to let it settle down. I go kind of like T+3, so the earnings date, then look at it maybe 3 days later, let the noise settle down on these kind of plays, because there's always that little overreaction, especially when the earnings come out 10 minutes ago. You do get an overreaction, and right now Lululemon down 5%. The expected move was 8%. Anything you're thinking about retail? We've seen moves down in Costco, Walmart, Nike as well, and now today with Lululemon. Any thoughts about any of those names?
Yeah, I think that in general, and I will say that my edge is primarily in technical analysis.
Okay.
That being said, I think the fundamentals of the earnings of Costco and Walmart do show some cracks in consumer strength, or at the very least, the very exuberant priced inness of that trend. So I think that it's something to watch for. Right. And I was prepping here, so I didn't actually catch the Lulu move, but I'll have to brush up and see how that affects my macro outlook there.
Yeah, Lulu actually came out with a great report, but unfortunately their guide was a little under what was expected, as we kind of expect that as well moving forward. For me, and I know thanks for telling us about the technical expertise that you have there, but this market right now, I mean, when I'm looking at the Qs, when I'm looking at the spider, so the NASDAQ or the S&P 500, I mean, we're under some pretty key levels. We had Brian Shannon on, who's talks about the anchored VWAP from year-to-date anchors. If there's one sort of an indicator, if there's something that you're looking at, maybe when we trade ETFs or anything like that, what is like your go-to maybe setup? There's death crosses. What is your number one maybe indicator that you look at? Is it a 5-minute moving average, 5-day moving average? What are some of the things that you look at that maybe our traders can have a look at as well?
Well, Sean, I'll be honest. I'm a pretty simple man. I think a lot of people's trading trajectories, they start out with a billion indicators on their screen and they just strip them back. I love that you mentioned Brian Shannon. What a goat. He's amazing. And anchor VWAPs are a decent part of my trading strategy. Okay. I would say that is definitely up there. And the other one is just the classic moving averages. So 200-day moving average. This is huge. It tracks institutional, ownership. For example, JPM. I went long JPM a couple weeks ago off the 200. Because it was the first time since October 2023 that we even got a chance, that institutional investors even got a chance to get that entry. So honestly, you can keep it simple. The 200 is excellent. I love 9 and 21 EMAs as well. I think they're great for staying in trades. So, for my system, I'm very much about catching the big move often off that 200-day moving average, and then holding as long as those shorter term ones hold up.
Right, and it's, I mean, great minds think alike, so I don't know why you're thinking like me there, Steve, because the most recent purchase I made was JPM exactly off of that 200 period. And it's just because not only do I like the stock, I think if we can buy the best of breed, and I'm going to steal that line from Jim Cramer, of course, but I really do believe that buying the best names, especially at 200 period moving averages, great for entry spots and also great just to take a shot. Like even if you wanted to go in, use the most recent bottom as your low, always worth a shot there at the 200 period. JP Morgan pulling back a little bit. We'll see if we can get to the 50. That's one of my outs, 200 to 50. If you can make that kind of a move, that's a good spot to get a little bit out. All right, look, we always talk about the same name, so I'm glad that you talked about financials. Is there a particular sector right now that you're looking at, or maybe what was your most recent look that you've had? What's exciting Steve these days?
Okay, Steve's excited in a few things here. I gotta say, I've been a massive China bull all year long.
Okay, great.
It's been by far my best trade. I think that the party is still going. We're still seeing a lot of relative strength in FXI. That's really encouraging. And we're starting to see a broader base move. So other names are starting to participate, right? So a few that I'm looking at are Baidu, I really like, and I'm a big fan of Tiger, T-I-G-R as well. Yeah, Baidu with the great curl up there.
Yep.
And Tiger, this is one I'm in recently. I got in under 9 and keeping a pretty tight stop on it because it's a wild mover, but I think it has potential to really surge and fill that gap up to, call it 12 and change.
So Tiger's fintech company, eh? So I mean, I think that that's a good little look there. And I just saw they just had earnings about a week ago. Is that sort of what? Were you in pre-earnings, or you're just sort of in on this recent base rate here in and around 860, 870, or so, trying to hold that bottom because it's looking good. We haven't seen many names beat on earnings. It looks like Tiger does exactly that. So a little bit of an undercover name right there. Was that a post-earnings play or pre-earnings for you?
Yeah, Sean, I heard you mention you like to let the chart settle down post-earnings too. I think we're going to get along great. We are very much in alignment on that. So I love post-earning gap setups. So you wait for it to gap up. You wait for the short-term traders to kind of filter out and transfer those shares to longer-term investors. And, that's me. I'm not going to be holding it all year, but, I definitely want to catch a nice move. And I think that it's a very safe way to manage risk by doing that. Another name that I think is very similar is Okta. Actually, I think it kind of pulled a U-turn on us yesterday, so I'll have to check in on that one. But I love those setups. They're high quality for sure. Ooh, it's a little rough now.
Nah, is it though, really? I mean, you just go from 117 down to 112. I mean, I don't feel like Okta's in too much trouble again. I like the name, data processing name. Great earnings. I mean, some of the calls that you've made here are on strong earnings names. And again, kind of the opposite. Let's not catch the falling knife. Let's catch names that are on upswings, right? So again, two great names. I want to thank you, Steve, because I haven't heard, we haven't talked much about Baidu, Tiger, or Okta. So there we go. One last name for you because I feel like you may be a little conservative. What about GLD? All right.
GLD.
Right. So is gold something? I mean, FXI, bang, great call on that. When there's blood in the water, everybody was thinking that China was in trouble coming in with this new presidency and sort of what we're talking about. First of all, what's in the cup?
Just water.
Okay.
Just water.
All right. We drink a lot of coffee around here, but okay, good. Yeah, right. Are you a coffee or a tea guy?
It depends on the day. Usually black coffee, though.
Nice, I like that. Did you see that animation we had there? Hydration Nation. So that was, go back and check that out. That time when we drinking water, you got to stay fresh. So I like that. All right, gold. Gold's starting to go back up to the upside. We talked about this a little bit today. Also, its crazy cousin in silver. Shout out to Michael Noss there as well, as silver going upside here, outpacing gold. Still not at highs right there, but we had this little arrow from before. Looks like we're trying to take that out on silver. You think there's a spot in everyone's portfolio right now for a little precious metal action?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I took the gold trade from about 2K to 3K. I'm lying. 2K to like call it 27 or so. And honestly, I thought it was running hot. I thought that there was going to be a significant pullback, and we have not gotten that. It is absolutely beautiful, and it looks like it's ready for more. Pretty crazy.
Thank you so much again, Steve, for answering all these questions. We have one more. It's actually a super chat here from JV. Say thank you for the $2 super chat. Jay asking, Steve, what motivated you to become a trader?
Well, I've always been better doing my own thing as opposed to working for somebody else. And although Trade the Pool is great, and I love that company, I love having the financial independence. And I really have an eye for patterns, and it's just fun to me. I just love it. Every day I wake up and I'm excited to go to work. And what more can you ask for, right?
I mean, great answer there, Steve. Thanks for that. I mean, that's exactly, I think we are going to get along fine because that's exactly, I don't even want to take time off. I love coming in, seeing the charts. You know what? When I'm wrong, that's fine. We accept it and we move on because not every pattern is going to always repeat itself. That's part of the fun of this. If it was that easy, then hey, man, we wouldn't even have jobs probably. So I want to thank you for coming through. Did you have a good time?
Oh, I had a blast. Thanks so much for having me.
All right. Promise me that we'll do this again.
Oh, please. Yes, sir.
All right, Steve Tealman from Trade the Pool. Go check out Trade the Pool. And thank you so much. And we'll check you hopefully in the upcoming weeks. Thanks, Steve. Have a great day.
Thanks. You too.
Ciao. That's Trader Talk. Okay, there we go, man. Another one. I mean, we're lining up the guests, man. We have Brian Shannon, Michael Noss, JC Peretz, everybody coming on the show. And thank you, Steve, as well. Money Mitch, I mean, obviously from Trade the Pool as well, comes through, I don't know, every other week, something like that. So we want to thank everybody from Trade the Pool as well. All right, so that was that. Good talk there. And I think keeping it simple. So I like what Steve said there. 200 period. You guys know I even use that on the 1 minute chart. Don't steal that, Steve. But I like that. I like the 50 period moving average as well. So, you know what? Neil and I talk about this all the time, and you're different as well because, Adara, you like the names that are a little more spready.
I love it.
And a little bit more action on them, like an AppLovin, like an Eli Lilly, various names like that. Even GameStop over the last little while has been pretty wild. So, you know, everybody find your niche.
Yeah.
Find what trades work best for you and what style works best for you. Steve talked about chart patterns and things like that. So understand what makes you elite, what gives you your edge. And I think with a company like Trade the Pool, with real trading here as well, that's what prop trading allows you to do. Test out your strategies, someone else's money. And I just think that that's very, very important. I like how he said that he was an independent thinker and he likes to work not for other people, but he likes Trade the Pool. So we like
shout out to Trade the Pool.
Yeah, I'm the same way, but I like Trader TV Live. So no, but okay, hit the like button. Thank you so much. Over 4,000 of you staying. We want to thank all of you there for staying late with us. This show is brought to you by ProfitX. It is the recap show, but unfortunately we only have one last minute left because Ramin has a date tonight, so she's got to go. There's Lululemon right there. Maybe she doesn't. I don't know. Nice move down into 320 right there for Lululemon. So they are down 5% here into the close. I got to take my kid to chess tonight. My daughter's at hockey. And then we're getting Freshie again because the family are loving those salad bowls. So shout out to Kava and Chipotle and all that. There's a Canadian company called Freshie.
Shout out to my former employer, Freshie.
Right. Like, how were they as an employer?
They were okay. So it's different because you work for like a franchisee and not the whole company. I only worked there for 3 months, but they kind of like, you know, when they like and your employers ghost you, that's what Freshie did. So shout out to the guy from Freshie. They closed, so we're all good now.
Yeah. I was going to say, a lot of Freshies closing. So,
yeah, that one
maybe that's why. All right, who's here with us? All right, we want to thank everybody for joining us here on Major League Baseball's opening day. So I hope you're enjoying, he's not watching this, so I hope Neil is enjoying the game right now with his family as he's a season ticket holder for the Blue Jays. We've got on our Blue Jays hat here today as well. We're really, really happy with everything. It was a great trading day. Baseball's back. Weather's getting better, and I want to thank everybody for staying here late with us. It is, how warm is it? 11 degrees outside.
What? Thank gosh I didn't wear my warm coat.
That's like 65 degrees or so. This is really, really warm. Adara's losing her mind over here. So we're excited. What's up, Guap? What's up, Steven ETN right there? You're right, traders stay late. I used to do this show for about 8 months by myself. We're glad to have Adara on board, and Neil and I now rotate. So thank you, Adara, for that. I mean, Adara can do the show by herself, that's for sure. Thank you to Bristol. Thank you to Monty G. Charlie Taft, man, you're here every day, so we want to thank you for that as well. Dave Trader, have a nice evening, everyone. More fun tomorrow. That's the best part about it. Not only is tomorrow Friday, but the markets are open again, so we really, really like that. Anybody catching your eye here at all, Adara?
I mean, Michael Noss CMT was casually in the chat earlier.
Okay.
Michael Noss dipped in, agreed with Steve on his Tiger call, said he was always lurking, and I don't know if he's still here, but shout out to Michael Noss.
Good.
Because the Michael Noss was there for sure. The Noss Boss Spark Shop on the blockchains. Charlie Taft. We have 3 7s. We have DDT. We've got Stuart. We have Never Always Ever. The Piper. Fred Oseko. People were also asking about cooler earnings. I put them in the chat in their entirety. Inline EPS. Sales were a beat. They basically were able to shrink their operating losses and their revenue increased by 44%. So that's my quick rundown of those earnings. Shout out to Venado. Shout out to Bears vs. Bulls. Thank you so much for everything you do every single day. Thank you to Steve. Thank you to our amazing team. And tomorrow is a new day. AppLovin. Will people still be App Hayden? We're going to have to find out.
Yeah, well, we know who was app hating was Muddy Waters.
All the short sellers, Muddy Waters, Culpert,
They're
Fuzzy
always
Panda, Bear Cave, they've all been short this thing, so let's see what tomorrow brings.
And I hope Michael Nas also heard me shout him out there as we were talking about
he
some
did.
of the
He just
some
did
of the
his
great.
hand in the
Oh,
chat.
good. Okay, what's up, Michael? All right, man. One of the great beard games there. So shout out to Michael Nas and his website and everything. Trader's Edge, I believe.
Strat's
Edge. Traders.
Strat's Edge.
What is it, Michael? I'm putting
Strat's Edge.
Put in the chat there. Strat's Edge. What's up to everybody? Thank you so much for joining us one more time. We're back tomorrow at 8:30 again. And I think Michael's with us in the morning. So we'll get his thoughts tomorrow morning, Friday morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's Thursday. Go have a nice cold one and watch your favorite baseball team tonight. Thank you, Adair, for again, everything today. I know it's a busy news day. We want to thank Brendan as well. Obi for sticking in for Neil there, sitting in for Neil. Sharif's not here, but Joe as well. Go get him, Joe, on your game tonight. Thanks, Ramin. Thanks, Fabian. Thanks, Andre, and everybody that works with us here. Thank you to Bears vs. Bulls as well. And thank you to Steve for coming through from Trade the Pool as well. We look forward to having him back on. So, hey, from everybody here at Trader TV Live, we're doing it again tomorrow at 8:30. So we'll see you then, Stats Edge.